Are you ready for crimes?
All the times.
My channel? No, wait, hold on. I just realized an issue. I realized what I was forgetting. I knew there was one thing I was forgetting that I needed to do first. The headphones. I'm not sure they can even hear you because the sound pulls from the headphones, not the computer speaker. Yeah. There we go. Now they can hear you. Or they could
Hello?
they could have probably heard you through the microphone. But that probably didn't sound too good.
Well, now I sound amazing,
You do.
probably.
You always sound amazing. You just sound
Yes.
even more amazing now.
Aw, Lyra, you're such a flatterer.
Sound even more amazing now.
Aw, how are you doing?
Lyra. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. It is Friday, work is done, and I'm hanging out with Lyra. How can it get any better than this?
Well, I'm hanging out with Zero, and that sounds kind of better.
What? How dare you?
Don't make sound. Okay, didn't. Good. Not you. The stream.
Are we gonna eat bugs today?
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh boy. I'm not very hungry though, so it might be hard to get it down.
Don't worry, I'll eat all your cookies for you.
But it's the beetles I was worried about.
So you don't have room for the tiny little beetles, but you do have room for cookies?
Okay, so speaking of cookies though, I have to say this is very dangerous, but we recently discovered a place nearby. Well, it's not super nearby, but it's in our area and it's called Crumble without an E at the end, Crumble Cookie, and they have weekly cookie flavors. Like they only ever sell 4 cookies at a time, like 4 different types of cookies, and every week it rotates. And so far, we've tried their banana pudding cookie, their Sour Patch Kids cookie, and this week they had peaches and cream, I think. It's like this cream frosting on top with like fresh peaches chopped into it. Like I gotta say, their cookies are really good. Like even without the flavor, like the just the base cookies, the normal one and the sugar cookie are really good. I'm not a huge chocolate fan, so like I can't really say much to that, but even I enjoy their chocolate cookies. I just typically don't get those. But they're like huge cookies, like bigger than my palm, medallions of cookie, and they're really bready and soft. Not bready, that's the wrong word. It's like edible cookie dough that's been cooked a little. Like cakey. I think cake, like more like a cake. Than like a Chips Ahoy, if you know what I mean.
Also, I just want to note, when you said palm, I heard paw at first.
I did not say paw!
I was gonna say, that sounds very furry of you, Zero.
Well, you mishearing it sounds very furry of you, and considering you're the furry here, it would make sense.
Don't worry, Zero. We're both furry here.
Well, according to your display um screen, I suppose it comes off like that, doesn't it?
You mean the one with your fursona?
I suppose. I suppose that's one way to call it.
I think I'm set to close the internet browser. If anything goes wrong
Alright.
from here on out, I blame Zero. Also, this seems like a good a time as any to open the game.
You haven't opened the game?
No, it's fine. Oh, I didn't even open the why am I opening it? That's not how you open this game to get it to run properly. Wait, you're banished to the Shadow Realm.
Oh no. Me?
No, not you, the thingamajig I used to open the game.
Ah, okay.
Is that already open? Why are you spazzing on me again? There we go.
3DO.
Do 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 do.
Hey, it's Tails. Boy, Tails.
Tails, says Bready. I went back on that term. I took it back. I clarified. It's more like a cake sort of texture.
Tails agrees with my, well, I guess looking at my persona might make it seem like I'm a furry.
You guys are the worst.
You know we're the best.
I guess.
How long have we been going? 7 minutes.
7 minutes for me.
Excellent. That gives me 8 minutes to eat cookies.
Okay, but yeah, and then, so like the Sour Patch Kid cookie had like this icing on top that was really sour, but it was like sour in a good way, and they just like put a single Sour Patch on top. It was so funny. Because the cookies are so big that if you cut them into fours, you basically get a normal cookie. So we like get them to share at our office, and we were like trying to figure out how to divide the Sour Patch Kid before someone was like, we all know what Sour Patch Kids taste like. I don't think it's gonna add much to the cookie. So we just cut it in half and 2 people got a Sour Patch Kid. Tails says, but Zero, don't you have several personas? I do, but that doesn't mean I'm a furry. You guys, it's just an animal avatar, and you guys have given it these like words. It's just culturally simpler to refer to them as personas because it's but that doesn't make me a furry.
Or does it? Nick says the Oxford definition of a furry, an enthusiast for animal characters with human characters, in particular a person who dresses up in costumes as such a character or uses one as an avatar online.
Well, neither of us have dressed up in costumes as a character, unless there's something you haven't told me.
Yeah, but it says or avatars online.
Yeah. But look, just because someone puts an animal as their avatar doesn't mean they're a furry. And just because I like cartoony depictions of animals and like to personify an animal to tell stories is the bare minimum, you know, like.
Also, I'd just like to note that you've also noted in the past that you wanted some sort of animal costume, like some sort of mascot costume.
Okay, but like specifically like those like mascot costumes that they have in Japan that are like
Yeah,
really round,
yeah, but it
you know,
doesn't.
like the bear.
It just says a costume dresses up as an animal character. It doesn't say like
I have
specific.
wanted one, but I have not yet purchased one. There's a very big difference.
So what Zero is saying is the reason is she isn't a furry yet is because she has not yet purchased her furry costume. She hasn't earned the right yet, is what she's saying.
You're like, yeah, it's that makes it sound like I would be a furry, but I couldn't afford it.
This just in, Zero is too poor to be a furry.
It's just animals culturally have had symbolic representations of concepts in history, in like human culture, you know, like we look at the wolf and we're like, oh, a bit like evil because they like eat our sheep, so they like tell stories like the big bad wolf. It's just a personification to like, you know, simplify this character into something simple. Like sheep are typically like follow the crowd because, you know, it's a representation of that, and so it's like really fun to take those kind of things and pick one for yourself and say like, haha, this like represents me or whatever, but it's not in like a furry way. Like you have to like, here's the thing, okay, like there's very clearly like a furry sort of aesthetic, and like there's like, just because they have like claimed pretty much everything slightly animal personified in culture doesn't mean it was originally like that.
It wasn't furry before, but now it is.
Oh my goodness. You guys. A broke furry still furry.
Tail says it's okay, Zero. You'll get there.
Oh my goodness.
We believe in you, Zero.
No, I remember back in the day, like when I was high school still, I think, like back in those days, there just seemed to be a very clear distinction between what a furry was and what an anthropomorphic animal was, like style-wise, but also like how people, you know, like you see a character and it's just, at least to me, like clearly this is a furry, but like Mickey Mouse isn't a furry, or like, you know, like certain, I would look at something that's like, that's not a furry, and then that is. But like nowadays everything is just furry. Like,
well, I also feel like what you saw in high school might be inaccurate, because like Zootopia style stuff is like level 11 furry.
yeah, Zootopia, but like Zootopia didn't exist back then, but like Robin Hood,
yeah,
you know, like Robin Hood is furry. Aristocats isn't furry. You know, like there seemed to be like a distinction, and then you have like Mickey Mouse and Goofy, which is like, they just seem like people that like have animal parts on them, but like in such a, there was like this way that people who were furry like drew their furry characters, where the like the shape of the legs, or like the like what is it, like the focus on the paws, like there's like this specific way they would draw the face too. It just like was very distinct to me. And then like I look at Mickey and I'm like, that just seems so rudimentary, like something else, you know? It's like shapes, I don't know. And I was like, that seemed clear. And then I like told someone and they're like, nah, Mickey is a furry. I'm like, what? It just didn't make any sense. A wolf symbolized the villain. You know, like traditionally, you gotta admit that is the case. Um, Tails was like animals symbolize things in our culture, yes, and animal avatars that symbolize being a furry.
C0, all that happened is that furries are very open to all art styles, and that just means that your art style got furryized.
Oh my god.
Mickey
Oh
Mouse
my
is
goodness.
highly stylized furry, said tweet. Also,
Oh look, the game has started.
the game has started. It's been 15 whole minutes. It's actually been 16. I would never be late. Ignore the fact that it's actually 45 minutes past when stream usually starts, and therefore 30 minutes past when I usually start playing. I just noticed my mic's a little far away. Oh well.
Hi. We don't have to social distance. It's fine.
We're already pretty socially distant.
The game has started and zero is still over. Tails is bullying me.
It's just
I'm being oppressed.
insert Weiss, I'm a victim line.
Oh my goodness. On the way home from work, my friend had me listen to all of Weiss's character songs. Because she's like, oh, like a lot of her character development, it didn't like hit me until I listened to the songs. And I'm just like, are you saying Ruby should have been a musical? But then I tried to listen to them and I couldn't distinguish any like human language because the drums were so loud.
Oh yeah. I forgot that you listened to the Nez Rewind and were like, there are lyrics?
Yeah!
as all of us are like picking our parts and doing visuals based off the lyrics. Me having Kali and Katsu do the cheek smoosh on the lover's line. Because hint hint nudge nudge wink wink and you're like, there's a lover's line?
Yeah, like I just thought everyone was doing something random for their like comic, maybe like based on the melody of that part, and it's like apparently there are lyrics that people are actually doing stuff based on. I'm like,
Jill says, wait, you have other friends into Ruby? I don't know whether to be excited or so sorry.
I have other friends in not only into Ruby but grew up with Ruby and also quite like Ruby. Like they wouldn't even. I know Tails. You like it or not, you're a big Ruby fan. I can tell you really love Ruby, but you also like are like, oh man, it's bad, but like I can't help but like it. You're like it's not good. Um, but no, like my friend, she's like, I'd say it's pretty good. I liked it. Like and she talked on length about it today. Because I mentioned how I couldn't remember at all what any of the characters are doing.
That is
I'm
a
like,
strong word.
I'm like, I was like trying to explain where I was and like what exactly every character's motivation and goals were, and I just came up completely short. The only one I could remember really was Blake, who went off to do faunus stuff with her boyfriend and dad.
Tails when asked if she likes Ruby. Like is a strong word. Let's try tolerate. Also, real quick before we go off chatting again, last time on Heroes of Might and Magic 4 Life campaign,
Yeah.
we went off to the wheel. I saw
The
it.
Wheeler?
The wheeler. Yeah. The wheel. It's not because of the spotter wheel. That's just what this place is called.
Oh my goodness.
Because there is apparently some way to find Worton's true heritage to prove that they aren't an heir of Griffin? No, that's the Harry Potter.
I think it was
Is it?
no,
Is
Gryffindor is Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, maybe it is Griffinheart.
Maybe it's Gryffindor.
Too many things. How dare Griffins be like actual mythology and not something unique to this game?
Oh man.
Yeah. And we found out that apparently his mother is somewhere in here, and we're gonna go track her down. And it was supposed to be peaceful, but now we own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 castles from the locals, and we're about to take a 7th.
It's okay. They yelled at us, and so it justifies us killing their people and taking their land and
You raise a fair point.
rampaging all across their wilderness.
What should you do, my good sir? Oh, we have divine intervention.
So how many castles have we taken, and how many more do we need?
We have 6, and I have no clue how many we need.
We're just gallivanting across the countryside, taking any castles we can find. We like see a kid building a sandcastle, and we run over and kick it over. It's like conquered.
Oh! Punch the door. You fool!
Conkeldor? Foolish fool who is foolishly fooling.
Foolish fool who foolishly does foolish things in a foolhardy way.
Yeah. Fool. Bucket.
Oh no, now he's stuck in there with all the dudes. What will he do?
I guess he can die.
Actually, I think it's everyone else that's dying.
Oh my goodness, what? Just one guy in there. That's the moment where the guy like walks into the bar and everyone's like, haha, and then he turns around and locks the door behind him and they're like, oh shoot.
It's basic scouting.
I promised you, Dad, not to do the things you done. I walked away from trouble when I could.
Look, we've captured paradise.
What?
That's the name of this town, Paradise.
The place is just called Paradise?
Yeah, Paradise. I want this.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
I have to let my dreams be dreams.
Aw.
Potato only has basic order magic, and I need...
Okay, but like speaking of Harry Potter though, so like I've been slowly finding voices for the different characters. But like the way I do voices is like I have to find a character in media that I can like that has a very distinct voice and then just copy their voice. Cuz I'm okay with like mimicking. Not so much at like keeping something on my own. So, like, I don't know if anyone has noticed, but I've been channeling Dumbledore, like, through, what's his name? Adamus?
Something like that.
Like, the old guy? Yeah, his description made me think, like, old wizard, and, like, movie 1 and 2, Dumbledore just has that, like, sort of wispy way that he talks, you know? I don't know if maybe no one's picked up because every time I start whispering like Dumbledore, you just can't hear me. So I've been doing that voice. I started doing Gaston for Lysander last week because it was just fun. But I only have like one voice for Gaston. I know he has like a range of like, you know, the way he like talks in the movie, but I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but I have consistently been listening to the Gaston song, so I know what he sounds like in that scene, and only that scene. And I think I'm gonna. I tapped into it a little bit, but I keep losing it. But I think I'm gonna try Samwise Gamgee for Milton today, if I can remember what he sounds like.
Oh, the player T. While we were talking about voices, Teal has been eliminated.
Oh no! Who's Teal?
One of
Oh, that's just a color.
yeah.
Was there a character in Teal?
No, it's just
Oh, okay.
generic peoples of um, the wheel.
So it sounds like there are like different colored troops, like armies roaming around, and you gotta like take them out.
Well, there are different colored troops running around. But we technically don't actually have to beat them. We just have to
Oh,
find Worton's mom, and then we're done. However, just smiting them, everyone as we explore, makes it far easier to explore.
oh, okay. So they don't like attack you.
Yeah,
Is every time you like fight a champion, that's when there's like another color?
yeah. Well, not necessarily a champion, but like the guys with heroes.
The guys with heroes, yeah.
The champions actually ride their horses in the fight. The heroes don't.
Gotcha. I kind of I just used the wrong term. I was thinking of the heroes. This isn't
Those,
Pokemon.
those are
It's not champions of might and magic.
How did y'all walk? What? How did I get attacked from this way? It's just
How
walking
did you get
through.
attacked?
Not me. I'm not walking through that. Bye.
Bye.
If anyone can get through that, they're not going to be in a very good position to fight me afterwards.
Wait, if you turn your hiney to the enemy, they could attack you.
What?
You turn around and now your posterior is exposed.
Hmm. That sure is a way to put it. Have been here yet? I'm missing
But
here.
anyway, I was.
Oh,
What?
go ahead.
Oh, I was just talking about the voices because I don't have one for potato.
Potato.
So if anyone has a recommendation.
I should. Yes, learn some magic. Oh, advanced order magic. Excellent.
Library time.
That means I
Have the
can.
libraries in your area been opening up?
Have they? I don't know.
I've been looking through my Shaman King books today as I was waiting for the stream to start, and I'm feeling very nostalgic for libraries because that's how I used to read manga back in the day. I remember going to the library picking out like a stack of One Piece books, like 10 volumes at a time, and like going home with my collection and just like binging all of them as soon as I get home. It's like that was supposed to last me a week. So Tails was like, Blake went off to be a better minority and tell others to be a better minorities. So Blake's story, unfortunately, is the easiest for me to follow because it's pretty sequestered and like pretty straightforward, but it's also the one that's like least that I'm least engaged in. because like everything that she has to do just is tied up in the whole faunus mess. It's never like really, oh, like this is Blake's relationship with her dad. It's like, oh, this is Blake's dad and he's like the leader of the town that's just all faunus. And it's like, it's not just like, oh, Blake's relationship with her ex-boyfriend. It's like, oh, this is her ex and he's also like the psychotic leader of like the rogue like group. It always has to like have something to do with like the political nature of the faunus. So I'm like, okay, I guess. And like Blake's not like super interesting on her own as a character. And then you got like Sun like hanging around, and while I love Song Wukong as a character like from the original like myth and legend, the way they write Sun's character in Ruby and the fact that he's like hanging around Blake just makes me like consistently nervous that he's like gonna hit on her and that they're gonna like make some kind of like romantic subplot, and I'm just like not into that. But then like when I try to think of the other characters, I can't think of anything. Like I was like trying to think like, okay, well Ruby is going somewhere. Why was she going somewhere? Like, what is she looking for? Okay, like, well, let me think. I think Yang had something. Like, she was, like, really sad about her arm. But then I remember her in, like, the bar. Why was she in the bar? Like, I think she got her arm back and now she's, like, fine. So, like, I would assume she's just looking for Ruby, but why is she looking for Ruby? Like, why, where is, like, how did she find her? And then, like, I completely forgot what was happening with Weiss. And so, like, she's just, like, suddenly there. And I'm like, oh, hi, Weiss, I forgot you were around. And then, like, Crow and Oscar are there, and they're training. And I'm like, what are we training for exactly? Like, were we going somewhere? And there's so many characters. Like I think like Nia and John and some other guy, they're like all there too, and I'm like, why are we all in this hotel room again? Hell says, also, I want y'all to know that Nyx never knew there was a story to this game. Wait, how? Did they just, like, skip all of the dialogue?
Well, there's, let me, save real quick. Let's go ahead and save this stream.
Stream!
And we hop on to the main menu. There's also just like regular one-off scenarios to do. You just like pick your poison, hop in,
huh.
And then there's like just tiny bits of dialogue, but it's mostly just to go in.
Do you can just go.
Yeah, just go in and go.
Oh. Huh. So maybe Nyx has just been playing in that mode. Like a fool? Like the story mode is where it's at in any game. Even let me try to think. I was gonna say even Splatoon has a story mode, but like I don't actually know. I tried to play it, but it like I didn't get very far.
I like the story mode. Like, you'll definitely be hard-pressed to get the full value out of the game, just the story mode, but I've definitely seen people who feel that they did.
Oh, yeah? I feel like Splatoon is definitely, like, one of those multiplayer games where the fun is to interact with the other players.
Yeah, it's definitely a multiplayer game first.
Yeah, so I'm... let me think... I guess like Brawl? Like Brothers Brawl had like a pretty substantial story mode.
Best part was Pikachu and Samus.
Yeah.
As confirmed by the number of people who comment about it on the Pika Samus picture I drew for the streams.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, this is already claimed.
Man, imagine if Pikachu had a tiny Samus suit in that cutscene. She just like takes out a little morph ball and it like pops open and it's a Pikachu sized Samus suit.
Down here. Oh, where?
Happy is here. Hoi, Happy.
Boy, Happy. Welcome to the party zone. We have parties and zones. Ah. Yeah, it's playing the boat music even though we're just on the bridge. I actually read the comments on it. It was actually, we were just like standing on one of these little streams and it was still playing the boat music.
You just like slightly get your toe wet and they're like dun 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 dun. Hills says, I can't get over how little Blake's story interacts with her group. She literally left the group to deal with it all, except none of their stories are interacting with anyone else's. Like, Weiss has her like little thing with her family, and then she's like at the like fundraiser event, and then she like runs away and gets shot down from the sky, and then is like in the camp. Like, it's by pure coincidence that she meets up with Yang, and that's only so that they can like go to the same place together. Otherwise it just doesn't intersect at all. And then like Yang completed her whole thing while at home. I'll be very surprised if at the end of the season, like, if Blake doesn't like show up at the very end of some fight to like, you know, like jump in, is like, hey girls, what's up? The three of them are probably gonna be like, okay, our next mission is to go find Blake. Because if you get like 3 of the 4 together,
I thought they already did that. Had the whole her showing up in the last fight at the end of the season. Oh, right.
Oh, I might have fallen asleep before that. I don't know. The last few watch parties were really long, so I might have missed a few things.
So I couldn't beat this with the big old army, but do you think I can beat it with just 3 guys?
Well, it depends on how big your guys are. Is that a sloth? Is that an electric? Oh my goodness! It's like twitching. Is that like an electrified Skarmory? It's a giant sloth.
we have a giant sloth and an electric type Skarmory. Also, for once we're fighting not. Oh, you have spells too.
Spells that can attack, or
just in general. But I did finally get spells that can attack.
Oh?
This Ice Bolt does 153 damage.
Ice Bolt.
There you go. These are might and
Just like Elsa.
What's this? Defender.
Also, I literally just today realized the pun between a kingdom of isolation.
Beautiful.
Dale says, there are so many characters, put a pin in that. Okay, so, like, the thing is, though, I read shonens with, like, but loads of characters. The problem isn't that there's so many characters. The problem is everyone is doing something and they're all doing something different, and none of it makes sense. like everyone's doing something different and it's not clear what it is, and also it's like not uh really related to the plot. Like FMA has a lot of characters, but usually they're grouped together and they're all usually going after a one, like they have one goal, they just have multiple tasks for the goal and it's very clear what everyone's doing, you know? In Fairy Tail we have like a ton of characters, but usually everyone's just in the guild and we'll like take like maybe 5 of them at a time and like go on a mission together, but all 5 of them are on a mission together. So it doesn't feel like a lot, you know?
Well, so just in case
I love big casts. What's that?
just in case anyone was wondering, I was unable to defeat them.
I saw you like went to the menu. Is that why?
Yes.
uh, it's weird. You made it sound like it was this like a boss fight almost, but it was just a giant sloth. Like there's something so unsophisticated about a big animal, you know?
It's a behemoth.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When you hear the word behemoth, what do you think of? Like, what kind of creature do you think?
These things.
Yeah?
This was the...
That's your association?
Yeah, here, the behemoths in Heroes 3 were the first I'd ever seen, so...
Gotcha. I've never actually seen like a specific behemoth, but for some reason I always think elephant. Like slightly elephant-shaped creatures. Which is why when I looked at that, I like didn't even like consider that could be what it was. Yeah, the behemoth, the Leviathan, and whatever the third one is, the Ziz, I think. It like they're very, it's very unclear what they are. But like the Leviathan typically is just a giant fish of some kind. Maybe a giant squid if they're like going a little more eldritch. But the behemoth is like could be anything. As long as it's huge, hulking, and on the land. Behemoth. Tail says it was just a warm-up battle.
Yeah, it was just a warm-up battle. This time where I brought an army with hundreds of dudes in it is the real battle. in fairness, in fairness, I literally just was like, you know, can I do it with just these 3 guys, or am I gonna actually need to try? And the answer was, I actually need to try.
You were just trying to be lazy.
I'm gonna mess you up. It was I who got messed up.
Oh no.
Take this. Ow, take this. Man, Lysander sure does like take no damage now, doesn't he?
Damage? What's that?
I'm too busy smiting evil to take damage. Ow. I really wish you all units had not gotten the ability to go first.
What?
The little squire dudes got the little morale boost that lets them go first. I was like, of all the units I could have gotten, you're the last one I wanted to. Oh right, resurrection.
Oh man. How do you lower your troops' morale then? Should you have like taken the squires out of your army before going to get the boost or something?
Oh, I forgot. Someone's dead.
Oh,
Should I
whoop.
go? I should
What was
probably
that?
go. I should probably go back before and bring them back to life before I. Because I'm pretty sure this is the end. I'm pretty sure I go through this portal and I pop out on the other end, and that's it.
Oh, okay. Do you like lose your hero if they're dead and you like finish
I do not know the answer to that, and that is another reason why I want to.
to make sure they're alive? Just in case. Let's not test whether or not people die when they are killed.
Here we are.
What a charming little garden. Tail says also, when I hear behemoth, I think of the weird purple creatures from KH1. Of course you would. In a cabin built at the edge of a flowery glen, we found Deceit. The middle-aged woman was crouched in her garden, tearing up weeds with her bare hands. She did not seem to know that she was a prisoner. Greetings, my lady. Are you the one known as Desadididi? Lord Lysander asked. He and I approached alone to avoid frightening the woman. Daisuke stood, slapped the dirt from her hands, and said, I am. You have me at a disadvantage. Have we met before? Sadly, no. I am Lysander, Lord of Paladra. Of course, Desk did not recognize the name. She had probably never set foot in Paladra. But Decisis curtsied anyways. A pleasure, she said. The pleasure is all mine, but I must admit that my presence here was not accidental. You see, I have a question for you. Forgive me if it is too personal, but I must know. Do you have any sons? I had 2 sons once. My eldest perished in the reckoning, Dai said with a subtle frown. That wound hadn't healed yet. I am sad to hear that, Lysander said. He paused, knowing that to press on with his questions right now would be rude of him. In the end, Lysander could not wait. What is the name of your surviving son? My youngest? His name is Worton. Decity answered.
We did. We won.
We did it. I like how it's like he knew it was rude to press on, but he couldn't help
One of
it.
the highest honors that can be bestowed upon a knight is the title of sword bearer. From that moment forth, you remain at your king's side as a guard and a servant, but much more than both. You become like a father. That is why, for a sword bearer, it is a deep sorrow when your king dies before you.
No, these cool voice acted sections don't really have much to do with the actual campaign, actual scenario we're heading into.
That kind of sucks.
Like they do and they don't.
It's just to try and get you to remember what the characters sound like.
That's it. Oh, the victory condition is to defeat Master O.
Master O.
Master O.
Are you sure it's not Master Zero?
Hey. But then we have to defeat you.
That's okay. I'm used to it.
I mean, I didn't fight you in the tournament, did I?
I don't think so. You have fought me before, though, and beat me handily, I think. Oh, no, actually, it was pretty close.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
I held on, at the very least. It's what I'm good at. Holding on for dear life.
The problem is that's also my special talent.
Oh no. That's what a stall battle is, really. It's not actually a tactic, it's just everyone's holding up for deal. Dynasty turned out to be a friendly and helpful woman. When she learned that her son Worton was posing as Griffinhart's illegitimate child, she was shocked, but then decided to also pose as Griffinhart's illegitimate wife. I mean, she was just a little saddened.
Hold on, I want to comment on your just random D words for her name every time. Just before we, it's gonna be like, and then Dunkin' Donuts said.
Dumbledore! My poor Worton, she said. I think he's always felt he couldn't live up to his father and brother. One day he just started hanging out with the wrong element. He's not really a bad person. Lysander. What was that?
I said, or at least he wasn't at one point in time.
He's not really a bad person. Anymore. Lysander didn't have the heart to mention that Worton had left orders with Captain Firth to have dying... Oh, I forgot that he was gonna have his own mom killed. Woof! Dionysus was killed if it looked like someone might make contact with her. We soon learned that the rest of the oracle's riddles meant. Diglett explained that her husband, Worton's father, had been the sword bearer for King Griffinhart, and later his daughter, Queen Catherine, too. Oh, the hero that's with us is Caitlin. I keep getting these two names mixed up. Sir Contain. What is that? Contain.
Canteen.
Sir Contain. Oh, Sir Canteen is Worton's father, Lysander said, shocked.
I think you were closer.
Everyone had heard of the legendary Sir Ken.
There we go.
Sir Ken. Especially as squires. Kenny had been a common squire when Lord Griffinhart was ambushed during a hunting expedition. All of Griffinhart's knights were soon slain, and the squires as well. The king lay on the battlefield, trapped beneath his dead steed. Only Kenny remained. The young squire probably could have escaped, but instead he picked up a fallen spear and charged the enemy. He fought his way to the king's side, freed him from the dead horse, and rode away to safety. Shortly thereafter, King Griffinhart made Ken a knight and his sword bearer. Yes, Ken is my husband, Diego said. Someone should have known that Worton was Kenton's son, Lysander said. Ouch. Oh. I shouldn't have sat on my leg. The pins and needles.
On the bright side, that was the perfect opportunity to scroll the story all the way down.
Wonderful. Oh no, the sword insisted. My husband kept his private life a secret. The man who rode at the king's side was not the same one who slept next to me each night. Okay, sure. He wanted to spare us that other man, and he wanted to keep us, his family, to himself. No wonder no one could disprove Worton's claim. His own bloodline had been kept secret all this time. And since his father was sword-bearer, Worton would have had plenty of opportunity to get a good look at the Griffinheart blade. A devious and resourceful man might even had the chance to make a mold of the weapon. Lysander obviously came to the same conclusion. Of course! It makes sense now! The sword-bearer's son, Worton, didn't draw the Griffinheart blade. He drew a fake, Lysander said. Adamus said, and I think we now understand the rest of the oracle's riddle. You must seek the steel, Lord Lysander. You must find the true Griffinheart blade and prove to all that Sir Worton is a fraud.
Look, there's more.
Ah! Unfortunately, Sir Kennington had been missing since the reckoning. Many believed that he perished along with Queen Catherine. But what if Sir Kennington managed to escape to this world? Then Desk explained that before Worton left her in the wheel, he told her about rumors of a sorcerer somewhere far to the north who had captured Kennington. All this time, Darkness had thought Worton was looking for his father. Instead, he had been plotting to make himself the ruler of the kingdom. It's probably a lie, Potato stated the obvious. I doubt that much comes out of Worton's mouth without being wrapped in a lie. I have to agree, my lord. Oh, that's me talking. That's Milton. I thought it was going to be Lysander. I have to agree, my lord. Sir Kennington is probably another victim of the reckoning, I said. But Lysander shook his head.
The reckoning, I reckon.
I reckon he's a victim of the reckoning. Reckon. But Lysander shook his head. No, the oracle told me to seek the steel. The Griffinheart blade must be here, and that means Sir Kensington must be alive as well. Besides, Worton's plan to take over Paladra will only work as long as his father is either dead or missing. I think Worton knew that his father was in the sorcerer's dungeon and that the true Griffinheart blade was lost. Otherwise, he never would have tried to become king. So, what do we do, Lord Lysander? Adamus asked. There is a small port to the east. We'll catch a ship heading north beyond Paladra and find out if the sorcerer exists. Double D stepped forward and asked, May I come with you, my lord? Please, I would give anything to see my beloved husband again. Of course, Lady Daisuke. Of course. Excuse me, but isn't Diantha being guarded by someone who's like gonna kill her if they find out, or did we like kill them? Like, what happened?
The whole thing with the last mission was to like find a way around them to get to her before they could kill her.
Yeah, but like we like snuck in the back. Are we just gonna sneak her out? Like they're not gonna notice that she's gone?
I mean, now that we're the ones with her, we could probably have easily brute forced our way out.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, because the whole reason
as long as she's safe, right?
Yeah, the whole reason we couldn't brute force our way in was because they were gonna just like slaughter her before we got to her. Since we already got her, they can't do that.
Okay, I gotcha. That makes sense.
Also, look now. Dankest Day is on our team.
Wait, she's a hero?
Yeah. I think she's also a higher level than us. 27,
What?
23.
We walk in, we're like, it doesn't seem like she knows she's a prisoner. She's like, I'm not.
They're duck sounds.
Duck sounds.
Duck
I wish I
tails.
could hear them. Quack. Lyra, I wanna watch Princess Tutu with you.
Or do you?
We need to watch more stuff together.
We do need to watch more stuff together. We don't
Princess Tutu is a great anime.
Oh.
It's kind of... What? What happened? Why can't you put her on that team?
Oh, other way. Oh, no.
It won't let you.
What have I done?
What have you done?
I spent all of the team's movement just shuffling them around.
Oh!
Oh.
The day has passed.
Okay, that went well.
Wait, so like putting people on a different army uses up movement speed for the day?
Yeah, it only uses one space, but for some reason we only had 5 spaces of movement, I guess.
Huh. Hale says put a mustache on her. Ha! We gonna sneak her out in a trench coat. Hale says, I let them think they can kill me. It makes them feel strong.
Also, we started stealing Tails' things, but I still want to call out to Tails in the chat, like Diantha, Double D, Dee Dee, Dark Cupid, Dankest Day.
DDD. No, she just said Dee Dee. Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh, that was what I meant to say. Is that what I said?
I think you said DDD, or maybe I just heard that. You stupid sister. Get out of my laboratory.
Looks like we're rocking their world.
Lysander sat around the whole day just moving people around units.
Who needs to resist getting punched most? Not Lysander with his 93 defense. Oh, some top potato is 99. Oh Lord. and Desk Lamp is over here with 20. So.
Desk Lamp.
Definitely getting that to you.
What's her class? Besides old woman?
Monk.
Monk. She's a monk. I guess she has been like sequestered out by herself, and that's kind of what monks do.
I'm guessing that's what you get for having 2 magics. Someone lucky. Oh, this is the backpack. We got leather armor. Guess who that's going to?
Ooh.
The person with no defense.
She's wearing it like a pants.
I hear you giving sass, and it's quite frankly, at least a little rude.
It's clearly on her pants.
Oh no, a bunch of guys with pokey sticks. Whatever will we do? Oh look, the battles are here. Look, now we have 9 of them. It's interesting that it makes you fight less than it lets you have join. Oh, more plot.
Ooh. I brought the sad news to Lord Lysander myself. Some of our scouts report that another army has entered the region from the south. What standard do they fly? Lysander asked, even though he suspected the answer. The old Griffinheart banner. They are loyal to Sir Worton, no doubt. And they've probably figured out why I've come here. Worton's going to try to kill his own father before I can reach him, Lysander said with disgust. Seems that way, I said. Yes, and if we don't reach Sir Kensington before they do, Palermo will be lost to that murderous fraud. I could tell by my lord's tone that he would sooner die than see that happen. I don't know what voice I've given him. It seems like a little bit different from what I had in mind, but whatever. Hale says, oh hey, no wonder she's so strong. We remember those monks a way back. Bunch of bullies.
We do remember those monks.
Bunch of bullies they be. I reckon they be a bunch of bullies. There's the fly. flying around my face. Oh, I killed it. Never mind.
That is what they do. Oh.
I have taken life this day.
Our first clue
I am a
that an
Maldor.
attack was imminent came from the horses. As usual, Lord Lysander was riding at the front of the column when his warhorse began stomping at the ground nervously. Riders with less training had to fight against the reins to keep their animals in line. Oh, look at that. We're on the other side.
Oh. Are you sure we're not just playing Gorgons now?
Not entirely sure. That might be what's going on. Ow.
Oh, you bunch of bullies. You bunch of bullies. I don't know why I find that line so funny. You're all heroes again.
Yeah.
Your army of heroes is growing.
And now we're at 5.
What if like every single person here is a single person, and then like that lady like turns around to the pokey guy who's like 18 people in one, and it's like, what's your name? And he like pulls back his hood, and it's just like this horrifying eldritch face. It's like, we are Sledge. We are Legion. We are the many. And they're like, okay.
That sure is an interpretation. There are certainly many ways that you could have done that were not that, but you did sure pick that anyways.
And all this
Is
treasure.
This gonna be a map with no towns? I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a map with no towns.
It's a tiny map.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. It's gonna have no towns.
No towns means you can't recruit armies?
We can recruit armies. There are these little things scattered about.
Oh, okay.
It just means that there's no like town to maintain, so I don't need to be as saving with my gold.
I gotcha. I am usually up late finishing my tasks for the day and making sure the night watch is in position, so I am accustomed to sneaking between sleeping soldiers. What you laughing at? What's tail son?
She said, so I'm looking forward to Zero's Heroes Might and Magic fanfiction.
Excuse me. No.
It'll be fun.
I was a little surprised, however, to find Lady Duel twirling around and humming in the darkness outside her tent. So I approached. She smiled and even blushed. You caught me, Sir Worton, she said. I did not mean to, lady, and I let her out of the Pokeball. I was only curious if I could help you with something. Oh wait, this is Milton talking. Are you having trouble sleeping? I asked. Lady Dabbs laughed good-naturedly and spun around gracefully. I thought she was old. No, Squire, I am well. More than well. I am dancing. Do you like to dance?
Are you saying
Lord
you can't
Lysander.
dance anymore when you're old?
Huh?
Are you saying you can't dance anymore when you're old?
I guess not. Oh, have you seen the like Disney short? I think I forget what it's called. It's like called shoot, I'll try to remember later, but it's about dancing. It's really fun.
Maybe. I don't remember it.
Lord Lysander seldom attends balls. I've had very little opportunity to practice. Dancer took my hand suddenly and pulled me closer. That's a shame. I love dancing. At this hour, I try to do it every day, even at my age. Keeps the old heart young. She started turning and swaying to some unheard music. Dance with me, Sir Milton. It has been so very long since I've had a partner, Dog said. I could not refuse. Daddy hummed a beautiful tune for my benefit, but my clumsy feet were still unable to keep the beat. It seems as though it took hours for me to finally get it right. You're more graceful than you think, Squire. I'm afraid you're a bad liar, my lady. Doldrums hummed a beautiful. Oh wait, I laughed, and we. Wait, is that the end? I thought you like scrolled a bit, so I like looked higher up. Soon I found myself frowning because this is what I was missing. I had never danced with a woman beneath the stars before. This was the sort of thing one did with the one they loved, like a wife. But I have never been in love, and I never will.
I like how Tails is like, oh, Tail, Daisy, Danny, Phantom, Dawn, Draco, the Doctor, and you're like, Daddy.
Tails is better at coming up with D names than I am, it seems.
That depends on what you're looking for.
I'm starting to run out of ideas. I might have to start stealing Tails's.
Ooh, champions. Ooh, that's a lot more champion than I anticipated.
Whoa! Wait, it's only one each.
Yeah, but
And you hit it once and it died.
Nope, that's not what I meant to do, but we're going over there.
That guy's like, nope, 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 nope. You heroes take care of this. I'm out.
But they're the strongest unit for the cat. What do you mean I get 4 of them? Okay, I'll take
What do
it.
you mean I could... You killed them, so they wanted to join you. That's the shonen way.
But they're the strongest unit in the castle, so even if there's only one of them, they can be potentially dangerous. Like maybe not necessarily to the heroes, but like to the little guys that noped out because I clicked in the wrong place.
Whoop!
You look pretty dead. Oh, not as dead as I thought. Ooh, almost misclicked. Do you have spells? You kind of have spells. Let's use this. And you do have spells. Do you have better spells? No, you don't. Jill says, I'm not better at looking at coming up with D names, I'm just looking them up. I'm not better at it, I'm just cheating. Smote. Oh neat, the champions have first strike on their attacks. Oh! Can I hit you? I can't.
It's
Nice.
the horse.
The horse intimidates them. That's the attack first.
Wait, I thought you said the champion attacks first.
Yeah, the horse the champion's horse intimidates the enemy and lets them attack first.
Oh, I was kind of just thinking the horse just makes them faster.
That's probably the idea, but they still attack first even when they're just standing still.
Oh.
Can I hit any of you? No, I cannot.
Started
Slow
on my
motion
journey
arrows.
just about a year ago.
Can I
A
hit
little
it?
town
Can't.
called Morrow in the state of Ohio. I've never been much of a traveler, and I really didn't know that Morrow was the hardest place I'd ever tried to go. I went down to the station for my ticket and applied for tips regarding Morrow, not expecting to be guided.
Well, the
I'm a
game's
friend
not like
I'd
all
like
the
to
moving parts on
know.
screen right now.
Are you? It doesn't look like it's lagging.
It's not lagging like as very badly, but it's lagging quite a bit. Yeah, it's not lagging as bad as like when it was like definitely not as bad as like the first stream day. Or I'll go here. Potato, I need you to heal this man's wounds. Trading this girl. Go.
On an English fair, one
Nice.
evening I was.
Oh.
Ah!
Oh, that's just ice bolt. It's only 3 magic points.
La-di-da.
I can't believe you cast slow on my dudes.
My dude, we're already lagging. How much slower do you want?
The lag's mostly gone now. Now that most of them are dead.
I can't tell a difference. It must be in the like gameplay, like clicking and having to wait.
The big way I can tell is projectiles.
Oh.
They take quite a while to cross the screen when it's
The way it like floats
Yeah.
slowly over. That's just part of the charm.
How much money do I have?
Tail says, well, good news then. The horrific lagging on stream 1 set the bar for lagging so low that nothing else bothers us. Ah! Won the fire! It takes you some time to figure out the puzzle that opens the mage's chest, but inside you find a wand of fire.
It be lit, yo. Cast the firebolt spell.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wait, that's the wrong one.
Incendio?
Incendio. Watcher.
I'm gonna go ahead and not give this to the primarily magic people, since we don't have that much money to be throwing around.
But we don't really need magic for
Oh
there's
wait,
no
I
towns,
just
right?
remembered we have a I just remembered we have a gold mine.
Oh!
Don't like any of what you're-
Eureka!
Oh, I
We
forgot.
struck them! Eagles. The
Egads.
Griffin Hearts.
These are the true Griffin hearts.
Yeah. The eagles are coming. Oil Gaffer.
Oh, I forgot. They have fast shooting too. I think they killed one of our dudes. Depressing. Alright. You
Oh no.
are interesting. It's fireball.
I take another step. It'll be the farthest from home that I've ever been.
That's at least moderately disrespectful.
Ouch. Ouch.
Huzzah! Ow.
Ouch. Whoa! Your numbers went down hard there.
It did.
Attack
Take a
Griffin.
step back. It's okay, don't take a step back.
There's so many Griffins.
Ugh. Alright, I forgot how superly strong the griffins are.
This is scary.
Meanwhile,
They're
see-
still elves.
Wayfit.
Nice. Nice.
Wayfit.
Nice. Almost there. Oh, we're halfway there.
There we go.
Bye.
We've lost half our pikemen, but half of who died came back, so it's all good.
Good old potato.
Was that potato?
Yeah, it said potato resurrected a bunch of them.
Oh, he has maximum resurrection, so yeah. Caitlyn also has
Else-
maximum.
Who?
Caitlin?
Caitlin? But she's just like, you do it this time.
I think it's just because Potato is higher up. He's in the second position while Caitlin's fourth. So probably just like went down the line for the best one.
Oh, okay.
Once it saw someone with Grandmaster, was like, oh, that's the best we're gonna see.
Tail says, I love these super strong griffins paired with archers who do 1 damage.
To be fair, the archers do more.
You're just really strong.
They do more if they
Go first.
they're lower tiered units, so they do well in large numbers, and there was over 100 of them at the start, but we cleared out their numbers a lot by the time they got to
yeah,
attack.
there was only like 1 on that one side, and like 20 on the other. So they do damage based on how many there are?
Yeah, everything does damage based on how many there are. But lower tiered units, you like get a lot of them. Whereas higher tiered units, just like each single unit does a lot. I bet if I try to walk in here, I might get a massage. Nope, just.
Oh man.
Border gate blocks the way. No one can pass without the command word. The magically locked gates. To the magically locked gates, and the only keymaster in the blue keymaster tent knows the keywords. You mean this one on the other side that I can't reach? How? Yeah, I don't. Who are you? Valorian. Yeah, I think all the spots. All the castles are on the other side of walls like that. Excuse you? I'm sorry, but you are not allowed to walk this close to me and live. It would be funny if they killed my guy. Down in one punch, man. Oh no, they know spells too. That's cheating.
Oh!
Ow.
Ooh. It's that monk.
Potato, counterspell.
You can counterspell them?
No, I'm just using the exact same spell they did. But it went off on 7 dudes for me. Do I have spells? Yes. She probably hits harder with Oh, shoot the magic lady. Ow. Is ice bolts. Whoosh. Sure. Oh,
Nice.
you attack first. Well, you have a first strike ability that is countered by my first strike ability, so we both attack at the same time.
Oh. You can just attack at the same time?
They usually attack at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the norm is for them to attack at the same time. You are
Gotcha.
just slightly rude. Oh no. One of our champions has perished in the war.
Oh no. I bet it was
you out. Or not.
I bet it was
Oh,
Leon. Another one. Goodbye, Steven.
Oh, another one died. I didn't even notice.
Yeah. When you walked over to that other champion.
You mean the hero?
Hero.
When the champion walked up to the hero?
Yeah. That's what I meant. So, Tail says, by the way, I saw a D&D post and I wanted to ask both of your opinions on it. If you have speak with plants and speak with the dead, you should be able to speak to wood, furniture, and buildings.
And I saw a response to that said, they're out of line, but they're right.
I don't know because Speak with Dead specifically is for corpses, and it says they have to have a mouth, um, and it can't be undead. Like,
Oh, neat.
there's like all these stipulations to Speak with Dead, so I don't know if it applies to like wood.
Since it's D&D, it depends on who's in charge. I've seen somebody absolutely respond with, "Yeah, my DM let me do that once."
Yeah, I have read somewhere or like seen a TikTok maybe talking about how there you could play D&D by like trying to find every little uh like try to take advantage of every little stipulation, like, oh, the wording here, you know, say but that's kind of like bad faith playing. You know, like everyone here is here to play the game, and it kind of like, I don't know, isn't in the spirit of things if you're trying to like find unless your group is that kind of group, which, you know, like at the end of the day, it's just however whatever is most fun, right?
Mm.
But the person basically said, like, if you're here to like try and find those little loopholes for everything to like break the game, it's like bad faith playing essentially.
Yeah, but trying to talk to furniture isn't exactly bad faith. Isn't exactly trying to break the game.
Not that specifically, but like looking for loopholes, you know? And like doing things that clearly aren't, like, maybe talking to furniture is like the low end of that, like it's totally reasonable. But there are other ones where you could like essentially break the game by like say like this wording makes it so that I can do this. I don't remember the exact example that was given because it was probably just a TikTok that I like scrolled past one night while I was trying to get to sleep.
Also, Tail says them also having spells has the same vibe of other Pokemon trainers switching out their Pokemon or using items.
That's not allowed.
Only I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, right?
You seem like you need to chill. Ow.
Take a chill pill. Bill. Bill. Nye, the science guy. The chaotic evil group.
Oh, we lost a Pokey dude. That's at least mildly rude.
How sad. That was my favorite Pokey dude.
Oh no. Oh, we survived. I should probably drink some of these potions of immortality. Oh, this one has several. Oh, what? Oh, okay. I was like, hold on.
Does it actually make you immortal?
It lets you come back to life when you die once.
Once.
Once, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is, honestly, with how busted the heroes are, just that once is actually really good. Yeah, let's continue getting the experience.
Nice.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. There's a library up ahead. The library! Oh, a shield. You know who that's going to. I think the other magic users are like, oh, she's almost caught up.
She's not holding anything. Everyone's running around naked.
Well, to specify, she's almost caught up. That's like 8,000. Everyone learns some magic.
You get some magic, and you get some magic.
We got a throwing spear. What's that do?
For your Poké dudes?
Increases melee and ranged attack by 8.
Ooh.
Who do I want to give that to? You are good. Your ranged attack already does a lot. Interesting. You only have a ranged attack because of this, and you're probably going to use spells. I'm going to give it to you because you're supposed to be good at fighting, but you're not.
Oh no. I saw this other TikTok on D&D TikTok. This guy is like, I run a D&D camp for like middle schoolers, I guess. And he was like walking around watching the kids running their games, and he noticed one group was like, "Oh, is this?"
It's a nerve-wracking screech cuts the peaceful silence of the wilderness. Strewn along the path are uprooted trees and the bones of unfortunate travelers. And then out of the muck springs a many-headed hydra, quickly followed by its companions.
Oh no!
They have
Not a
friends.
hydra.
You don't usually get to
But
use-
he's like, this guy's like, these kids are fighting a dragon, so he sits down and watches them for a while, and after a while he notices that the DM isn't like writing down hit points or like writing down anything, really. So like, after the game and the kids are like leaving, he like pulls the kid aside. He's like, "Hey, I noticed you weren't writing down anything. How are you tracking hit points?" And the kid's like, "I don't track hit points." He's like, "What? But then how do you know when the battle's over? Like, how do you know when the dragon's dead?" And the kid's like, "The dragon's dead when it stops being fun to play." Like, as long as we're having fun fighting the thing, then we can keep going. And then once it's like not fun to fight anymore, we just stop. And he's like, "Whoa." He's like, as long as your players don't know you're doing that, that might be the best way to play.
What's Defender do? Skewered. Arrowed. Ow.
Steward.
Magicked. Ow. Arrowed.
Oh no. That's like all the damage words. It looks like a fish.
The Hydra.
Like, especially the part in the back where it's like kind of red. It looks like some kind of bass. Some kind of salmon, actually. Like, exactly like a salmon.
Javier asks, so are we still simping for Lysander yet?
Until Sussering Fun is genius.
Tail
Hi,
says,
Javier!
Tail says bold of you to assume we ever stopped. Also, hi Javier!
But, you know, with like potato chips, you got like, especially the big ones, you get that to that point where you just have like a little bit of potato chip left at the bottom of the bag, and you got like this whole empty bag up top. I'm like at that point where I want to like take some scissors and cut off that extra bit so that it's more like a bowl, and I can just like reach in and not make a lot of crinkly noises to like get to my little puffs of cheese. But like, it's I don't have my scissors with me, and I'm so sad.
Oh no. The Medusas turned my dudes to stone.
What? That's not good.
Oh, they turned into two more to stone. Oh,
Don't look at them.
that's too late. They're already dead.
No. Did you save before?
Not my dudes, just the pony dudes.
Oh, okay.
Well, my dudes, but not the important dudes.
Oh. Wow. The soldiers are like, wow, okay. See how it is.
Some of you may die. Without a chance, I am willing to make.
Oh my goodness. Wait, where's that from? I'm trying to think.
It's
It's so familiar. I just can't think of it.
Shrek.
Shrek! The second one?
First one.
Really?
Yes.
Oh!
Farquaad.
Lord Farquaad, when he's like sending someone to go get the princess or whatever. Right?
Yeah. You get
Man,
it.
Shrek's such a good movie. The other day we were doing one of those quiz things online. Like guess the anime theme song or whatever. And I recognized the XY Pokemon one because you had shown that one to me.
Also because it's great.
It's great. It like came on and I was like, oh, this one sounds familiar. Where's it from? I thought it was like Dragon Ball Z at first. Like maybe it was one of the Japanese ones that I'm not like as familiar with. But no, it's just something else that I associate Lyra with.
Yeah, the XY theme definitely is one of the more Dragon Ball Z sounding. Oh no, my money source. Oh, we do get a castle.
Ooh.
Well, that guy's dead. Chaos Ward.
It's control.
We're here to kill chaos.
No, not the chows.
Tails says associating life with good music is valid. I only listen to good music.
Yeah, that song like really stuck out to me. And then another one was I heard the Dorada season 2 opening and it like was super familiar, but I never watched that show. I just kind of like listened to the theme song. I have it like on my playlist, but I've never seen season 2. So I didn't know which one it was, but it was like so familiar, so I'm like ripping my hair out trying to think of it. When you get like you sort of, you like know exactly how the song goes, but you just can't think where it's from. That was me. Earlier, Tails was like, I'm sorry, did the fire dude just fly over the wall? Rude!
Very rude. What's that? I didn't like that at all.
I hear a cat.
Cat?
I hear a screm dilliumptious cat. Meow. Meow.
Cat, come here, cat. Cat, we're friends, cat. She said no.
Why won't you love me?
Because she's rude. I need to reduce the number of... What's this? Interesting.
Huh?
Bonk.
Bonk.
Oh, you used that on me. Did it wear off? Okay, a bunch of stuff that only costs one spell point to use now. Having all these dudes up in my grill is less than satisfactory.
No bueno.
And dang it, they're dead again.
Does it ever behoove you to like move towards them?
Yeah.
Aren't you just getting into like hittable range sooner?
What about, first off, some of, my dudes don't have ranged attacks.
Oh.
And also, maybe sending them out to maybe distract their other guys so they take longer to get to my ranged dudes would be good too.
Oh, that makes sense.
What am I trying to do?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
That's
no,
fine.
what are you doing?
Okay, that sure was a fireball. Beat this guy up. Ow.
That didn't sound like the right guy was being beaten up.
There we go.
Yay.
Just a friendly reminder that this hero kind of sucks.
Which one is this one?
It's like the one that's not plot relevant that isn't Caitlyn. All of them.
Oh, Christian?
No, actually, we only take two heroes that aren't plot related to the next one, the two strongest, and once we found Alwa, Christian became too weak to tag along.
Oh,
So he got left behind in like mission 3.
bye, Christian.
We're like halfway done with mission 4 without even mentioning that you were gone, but you will be missed probably. Also, you're dead.
Oh, Olawa.
Yeah, Alwa.
The other person that was like in jail because of us, and then we're like, we'll free you. It's just like, okay, I'm on your side now. Oh no, Lyra, someone wants us to be famous.
No, I'm allergic to being famous.
In an act of justice, Lord Lysander placed the sorcerer Maestro, Masterio, in the same cell where we found Sir Kensington. Although bruised and a bit undernourished, we found the swordbearer alive. He was a broad-shouldered man of 60 years, who still displayed some of the power of his youth. His neat moustache was shot completely through with white, and as was his bristly hair. Lysander presented the true Griffin-Heart blade to him with both hands, bowing to give both the sword-bearer and the sword due respect. Before Sir Kensington could take it, I wasn't prepared for the name and I choked. Daisy jumped into his arms and kissed him longingly. I turned away as they wept happily. Not only did it seem to be a private moment, but I also didn't want to be reminded that I have never been greeted in such a manner. When the couple's lips finally parted, Sir Kenny wrapped the woman in... What? Wrapped his arms, the woman in his big arms and held her close as he looked at the true Griffin-hard blade. I cannot take it, sir, Kenny said. I have outlived a king and a queen. I swore that if I ever saw my wife again, I would renounce my title as sword bearer, so that we could live the remainder of our years together. We have been apart far too long. More than 6 years, my love, Dagnabbit said. 6 years. So long. Lysander shifted uncomfortably.
Same, man, same.
Lysander is so ace. There must be a sword bearer, Sir Kensington. Yes, Kensington replied. Let it be he who won the sword back from Maestro. It was that easy. Just like that, Lysander became sword bearer. He strapped the weapon across his back where it would be safe, and then took Sir Kensington's hand in his own. I have but one more task for you before you retire, Sir Kensington. I need your help and the help of your fair wife, Lysander said.
We did it. We finished 2 campaigns in one stream.
Woo! Oh no, the bot is back. Kale says, that sounds like you're assuming the cat is from
most of
Delicious.
Paladra while Lysander was away. That worm had the strength of the entire country now. Our most powerful weapon against him, however, wasn't a sword, or a magical artifact, or even an army. It was the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Hey, look, the speech was the voice acting part was plot related this time.
Woohoo!
Oh, this is a pretty small map too.
I have never doubted that Sir Lance Lysander would defeat Worton and save Paladra, but recently I have worried in secret that someone beyond his control might cause his plans to turn sour. I know my concerns are groundless, especially now that Sir Kensington has joined us against his shameful son. Then we reached the border of Paladra and found the kingdom in the middle of a civil war. While we were off rescuing Sir Kensington, Worton had launched his attack and conquered most of the country, including the capital, Paladin. Sir Daymare, Paladra's regent while Lysander was gone, had been defeated in battle and locked in prison. All seemed lost. As soon as he received word of Worton's victories, Lysander called a meeting of his advisors, Sir Kensington and Lady Dalmatian, Adamus and Potato, and even me. After relating the details of Worton's success, Lysander stopped and looked upon us, each in turn, his face tense as he tried to control his anger. And that is what we face, Lysander said through gritted teeth. Worton controls Paladra, Paladin, and 4 other strategic towns in the heart of Paladra. He's named himself King Worton Griffinheart and has sent word to every community to swear fealty to him or suffer dire consequences. It took a long time for someone to break the silence. Unfortunately, Adamus said finally, I see no realistic diplomatic solution. It seems war is inevitable. I agree, Sir Kensington said. Potato and Dudette both nodded. And then all eyes turned to me. Lysander asked, And what do you think, Milton? Me? Yes, you have been at my side every step of the way. You know this land and its people just as well as I. Paladra is in chaos. How do I heal it? I was quick to even be a... I was glad to even be a part of this meeting, but to be asked to speak was unexpected. I had to say something, though, and quick. Something! I mean, I cannot believe that all of Paladra has abandoned you, my lord. We cannot be the only ones who sensed Sir Worton's lies, I said. What do you mean? Lysander asked. Well, as powerful as Sir Worton seems right now, he still doesn't possess the support of all Paladra, or surely he would have more than 5 cities under his power. If you pass the word that Worton is not of Griffin-Heart blood, I'd wager that the people would come to your aid rather than oppose you. The only likely reason they haven't joined Worton yet is because they're not wholly certain he's telling the truth. They have no proof. Brilliant, Squire Milton, Adamus commented. They don't act because they are afraid to make the wrong choice. Sir Kensington interrupted. I must apologize again, Sir Lysander, for my son's horrible misbehavior. I swear to you that Dandy and I will remain at your side until we can mend the damage he has caused. As shameful as it is, I will shout from every tower that Worton is my flesh and blood, not Griffin-Heart's. King Griffin-Heart's. Doogie took her husband's name and leaned in close. They were always next to each other, often arm in arm. I felt a pang of longing in the pit of my stomach and turned away. After a moment of silence, Lysander seemed to come to a decision. He said, We march immediately to take Paladra back from the usurper. Adamus and Potato left immediately, but I was still there when Lysander took the hands of Sir Kensington and Lady Draco in his own. I promise you, he said softly, that when the time comes, I will do my best to spare your son's life. So when I kill him, know I tried my best. People such as yourselves should never feel the loss of 2 sons. Don't worry though, if I do kill him, we'll probably bring him back to life because we have that ability.
It's resurrection, not necromancy. Also, we have Sir Kensington now too.
Yay! What is he? General.
Oh, he has expert archery. Oh right, I forgot. Oh. His tactics are powerful.
Ooh.
They're all max level.
Nice.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who are you?
Who art thou?
Thou art who?
Oomst.
Are you gonna spend another day just moving troops?
Hopefully I'm being more strategic. Hopefully since I'm being more strategic about it. Yeah, we have a lot more room in our... Oh.
Sit down with the crone who lives in this witch's hut, giving her a few moments of your time. She is so pleased to have someone to talk to, she gives you a tiny vial. Drink it, she tells you. That little potion will teach you basic life magic. Is it full of beetles?
It is. It's Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice!
Here we go. This one's important because it's the weight screen.
The beetles! The old Beastmaster presents to you a crude bowl filled with the huge coppery beetles. These are magical war beetles, he says. Very rare, very potent. If you eat one, you will learn basic nobility. Who will eat the beetles?
I just noticed that these are free.
Oh,
So maybe I should do them.
eat them.
Who am I to
Eat them.
deny a free beetle?
Coppery beetles. Who am I? I just can't remember. Who am I? I just can't recall. I don't know what that's a reference to, Javier. In a final attempt to end the war before it could begin, Sir Kennington and Lady Diana composed a letter to their son. They warned him that he would soon be exposed and begged him to surrender before more innocent people were killed. They were kind. They even offered him their love despite all the things he had done. And Sir Kensington apologized for not spending more time with him when he was young. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy. When Decaf finished reading the letter to Lord Lysander, he said, "We were hoping we could use one of your messengers to deliver this to our son in Paladin." Oh wait, she said, "We were hoping." Lysander took the letter. "Of course, lady. In fact, my squire, Milton, will deliver it." Oh, we get to do something? Lysander said, handing me the parchment. I felt my muscles tense. Why me? Later, after Sir Kensington and Lady Doranmatan were gone, Lysander sat down with me. He must have noticed my earlier surprise, because he immediately began to explain himself. "You'll travel under a truce flag, Milton. You should be safe. But when you deliver this letter to Worton, I want you to look into the eyes of his soldiers. Tell me how loyal they are. Tell me if they will fight to the death for this man. You are the only one I can trust to make this determination, Milton." "Thank you, my lord," I said. "I will do my best." "I know."
Oh, I missed the skeleton. We got a card of ore from the skeleton. We got a wand of weakness from the chest.
Wand of weakness.
Oh, I remember this map now.
You remember it?
Yeah.
From your practice? Or
Yeah.
from your childhood?
I did not get this far into chat. This is one of the campaigns I never got past the first mission on as a kid.
Gotcha.
There are no guards
No
here,
guards.
but the gate seems rusted shut. You figure that 3 potions of acid should do the trick. Those will eat through the great gate, and you'll be able to pass. Oh, do I have 3 potions of acid on me already? Oh, I guess I do.
you always just have the items already.
Do I want this?
Do you?
That's a lot of money. I'm definitely gonna do like the 4 and be like, magic users don't get it.
Mm.
I did not actually learn it. There we go.
Oh, it's a SpongeBob song. That's why I don't recognize it.
What's SpongeBob? It's violent.
Tails is like, how do I keep forgetting the floating eyeballs are a thing?
Not having you learn it. Don't forget the moolah, because we just used a ton of it.
I lost count of how many times I was stopped by enemy patrols during my journey to Paladin. Why do they call one Paladra and one Paladin? It's like so close. Each time I had to explain that I was delivering a message to Sir Worton himself. The first time I called Worton Sir, I got slapped across the jaw with a gauntleted hand. The blow drew blood. "That's King Griffinhawk, traitor," the soldier said. As I had been ordered, I stared into the man's eyes. Loyalty wasn't what was driving this man. He didn't even seem to be a proper soldier. No, he had hit me because he enjoyed violence. Were these the kind of thugs Worton was recruiting for his army? Milton has a head on his shoulders.
Right, we have charm now. Mess him up. Mess him up. All right, we have the what's his face? Worton's dad on our team now. So we have 3 guys that are really good at shooting people. Well, 2 and one that's supposed to be, but actually is very good.
Wait, the Kansas versus Arkansas debate?
No, the Kansas versus Arkansas debate.
The guards peeked out the window and say, "Provide us with this proof of which you speak. Show us the real parents of King Worton, and maybe we shall let you pass." You watch as Sir Kennington and Lady Dora announce themselves to the guards in the tower. Fortunately, there is a veteran commanding them, a man who has fought beside Kennington in many battles. The 2 men embrace. Soon the guards are convinced that Worton isn't their true king and apologize for supporting the scoundrel. "Of course, you may pass through this tower at any time." Oh, how convenient.
The impeccable reputations of Sir Kennington and Lady Dalmasca are enough to convince the people of Rassin Hill that Worton is not the rightful heir to the Griffinheart throne, so they decide to join your cause against the usurper.
Woohoo! Is that a giant chicken?
What?
Is that a giant chicken? No, like down there. The fiery bird.
Oh, you mean the phoenixes?
It just looks like a chocobo.
Yeah, now we have we definitely could not have beaten this with a random hero. But now we have this first town without having to battle it. These guys are death.
You can use your magic now.
Oh, she doesn't have the hit all of them one? Oh, there it is. I'm blind. Just pour some juice on them and they're dead.
Just pour juice on them. They're like, "I've been practicing for this this entire time. Finally, my time has come."
Juice.
Those ogres kind of look like zombies, especially with like the flies flying around them.
You mean the trolls?
It's like the trolls.
Yeah, I often am like, oh, these are undead, right? Oh wait, they're
yeah, they look like zombies.
They're not undead. Smite you. Smite you. Smite you. Smite you. Smite you. And juice them up. Oh, one of them survived the juice. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. And to save time, I'll just have them. Oh, we even get the army that was in the castle.
Nice. Oh yeah, because they just were like, oh, we believe you, right?
Yeah. Does this town have a tavern? It is not. Oops, my mistake.
The first thing Potato looks for is a tavern in the town.
That's why he didn't set foot in the town, because there wasn't one.
I announced my name and purpose when I arrived at the gates of Paladin. Instead of being brought before Worton, I met the city's Siniskel. The man appeared fatter than the last time I had saw him, and there were quite a few more gold rings around his pudgy fingers. Yet as I rode through the streets of Paladin, I noticed people with drawn cheeks and frightened expressions staring back at me. Worton was bleeding the people dry to fund his war against Lysander, and the people, like the Siniskel, were profiting from it. After my brief, pointless meeting with the I was ushered to my own room where I would end up waiting for 3 days. Did they actually take 3 days from you?
I bet.
Word is starting to spread throughout the land that Worton is not the true king, especially in those areas where there are no lords to squelch such rumors. The town of Barrington has decided to join your cause. Yes!
Oh, so now this town down here needs to be built up immediately. Oh, it doesn't even have a wall. Especially since it's just, oh no, I don't have any wood.
Oh no. Time to chop, chop, chop.
Oh,
That's what the peons are for.
I need one more. Nice. Tavern. I do have enough gold for a. Hey, this person was a hero for another type of town in the last game. We can get Caitlyn 2.
You just have 2 of them. Adelaide. Oh, we're going to the pasture to meet Adelaide, and that's great. She has a way to send us back where we came from. I don't know who she is or how she is or when or why she is, but as for where she is where we will go. To Adelaide, to Adelaide.
Music.
Music?
Yeah, you're singing music. Ow. Caitlyn 2. Wait, actually, is there any plot characters or is Caitlyn still? That's Despacito. Wait, yeah, Caitlyn's still here.
Despacito. Despacito. I actually don't know how the song goes, like, at all.
Me either.
I think I've only ever heard that, like, one line. In fact, I tried to listen to it the other day, and the opening is so long. It's like, this doesn't work as a meme. If you want to, like, just play, like, Alexa, play Despacito, you want it to go to the Despacito part, but it's like, it just, like, takes forever to slowly ramp up into the song.
Tails appreciates my Despacito and says, I won and everyone else go home. Replenish our weakened coffers of gold. Because, boy howdy, this town really needs more stuff. And the reason I'm saying that is like this one is off in the corner. There's all this space you have to like travel through to get to it. This one's down out in the middle, in the fray. Let's get that city hall here. Increase how much gold we get per turn. I missed it. I missed. How could I miss it? What?
Despacito.
Which way out here? I think this way.
Quiero respirar tu cuello. Despacito. Deja que te diga cosa. I don't know what any of these.
You sure did attempt to sing it. Or at least read the
Well,
words.
Javier like pasted a bunch of Spanish. But I couldn't even.
But could you odd?
The closest I've ever gotten to be able to singing a Spanish song is the My Way from the Happy Feet. You know, the like little penguin? Although I wasn't called a prisoner, I was treated like one for 3 days. There was a guard outside my door, and since I could go nowhere without him, I seldom went anywhere at all. But when I looked into the soldier's eyes, I saw uncertainty and a little fear. He was just doing his job. Perhaps he even wished he could find a way out of it. Now, I knew why Lysander had sent me. More than anyone, I knew what loyalty was. I saw it every time I looked in a mirror. My lord wanted to know if Worton inspired loyalty in his men, because without it, our fight would be much easier. Then there was a knock on the door. It opened a moment later, and one of the tallest women I have ever met stepped inside. She was broad-shouldered but shapely. I found the crow's feet at the corner of her deep blue eyes especially attractive, made doubly so when she smiled as she set a tray of food on the small desk near the window. "I like to eat by a window," she said, throwing open the shutters. "It's better for the digestion." "Thank you," I said. "What happened to the normal girl?" For 3 days, the same young servant girl had delivered my food. She's playing sick for me," she whispered. I immediately stepped away from the door. "Who are you?" I asked quietly. "The name is Portia, and you are Lord Lysander's man, are you not?" "Yes, Squire Milton." "I can't remain here for long, or the guard will get suspicious," Portia said quickly. She turned and clattered the tray of food around for the guard's benefit, perhaps buying herself a few extra seconds. "Why have you come?" "2 reasons. One of them selfish, which is why I volunteered. I have come to tell you that all the commanders and soldiers loyal to Lord Lysander have either been killed or locked away. Paladin will fight if you come, but know that its people have no love for King Worton." "I have seen that," I said. "You don't have to lady-splain me." Portia stepped closer, placing a hand on my shoulder. She smelled of fresh bread and cinnamon. "My other reason for coming here is personal. Is it true that a cleric by the name of Potato travels with the Lord Lysander now?" I saw nothing but concern in her eyes, and suddenly it dawned on me. This woman must be Potato's wife, or more likely his mistress. Only someone in love could be that worried about another. Just my luck. There was something about her that made me forget about the war. "Yes, Potato is one of my lord's advisors." "Is he well?" The door creaked open. Quickly, I said, yes. Then Portia slapped me. The attack sent me reeling into my bed, where I tripped and fell to the floor. I am no prostitute, sir. I do you the honor of bringing your food myself, and this is how you treat me? How dare you? Despite my spinning head, I could see the guard's grin. Portia's back was still facing the guard. She flashed me a grin and a wink, and then stormed from the room. I still wasn't sure what had happened, but maybe my thoughts would come easier as soon as the room stopped doing flips. You're lucky, sir, said the guard. She left your legs intact. That one could have done a lot worse. And then he closed the door, leaving me alone with my pain. My achy, breaky heart. Another town has stepped forward to join your battle against the usurper. Unfortunately, Muldren will be the last because no other community is bold enough to stand up against Worton's considerable forces. You really can't blame them. The game.
There we go.
I love the like voice.
I was wondering what was up with the wall in the way of that town.
The what?
There was like a wall in front of this town that kept you from going in it, and there was no like gate in the way.
Oh.
But once the plot was like, oh, here you go, come right in, the wall disappeared.
Tails is like Mrs. Dimmadome, monk and hero of the Dungeon Town Dimmadome. I love that little exchange. As soon as the guard coming in, she just like slaps you. It's like, I am not a prostitute! You're getting a lot of gold.
Wait, can I build that in this city? I cannot.
Oh.
I'm too poor for that.
Is there any logic to what is needed for what? Like, obviously needing wood for, like, building buildings makes sense. But what are you using, like, the sulfur for?
I think the sulfur and stuff is generally for more magical buildings.
Sulfur for magical buildings?
Yeah. Yeah, and all of that, like, magical stuff, like sulfur and gems and crystal.
It's just like you're a life magic people, but I always associate sulfur with like death magic, I guess. You know, like brimstone and.
That's probably a little bit for balancing. They can't just be like, oh, sulfur is basically a. They can't just be like, oh, sulfur's for this town only, and it's just basically uses for other towns.
Oh.
You gotta give it equal use to all of them. Is there an underground here? Looks like it. The sulfur is to clear out anyone who doesn't want you building there.
You just scatter around and it's so stinky, people don't come close. And like, let's see, what else do you have? You have like cauldrons? Just like full-on cauldrons. You just collect cauldrons for currency. Rocks and pebbles.
It's cauldrons of mercury.
Oh, it's mercury. Oh, and you have to keep it warm.
I thought it was. I didn't. I thought mercury was just a liquid at room temperature.
Oh, then why do you have to keep it warm? On the 5th day, I finally met with Sir Worton. He sat on an elaborately carved throne, so new that it hadn't been painted yet. Although he wore no crown, there was a long cloak of blue silk over his shoulders, and the false griffin heart blade across his lap. I stared at that sword for a long time, but I could tell no difference from the original. "You have something for me, squire?" Worton said arrogantly, holding up the unopened letter I brought with me. Oh, he was holding up the letter. He grinned at the lords and knights gathered in the throne room. "It wouldn't be an unconditional surrender from Lord Boring, would it?" I clenched my jaw tight as the others laughed. In their overconfidence, the guards had left me my eating knife. It was still sheathed in my belt. Lysander had taught me to keep my blades razor sharp, even ones you didn't use in battle. So as I stared at Worton's gloating face, I thought about how easy it would be to draw the knife and cut the scum's throat. No one was close enough to stop me. Then I remembered my lord's promise to Sir Kensington and Lady Deceit. Wait, we've used that one already. Doofenshmirtz. That he wouldn't kill Worton, and Lysander's promise was my promise. Assassination was not the way, but as I decided against the attack, I was afraid I would soon regret missing this opportunity. "No, Your Highness," I said with some difficulty. "It is a letter from your real parents, Sir Kensington and Lady Dalmatian." I should not have said that last part, especially in front of everyone. I was angry, so I struck out at Worton the only way I could. Worton tore the letter up without reading it, shouting, "Lies! Lies!" I was thrown to the ground by one of the guards, and then Worton took his red-faced anger out on me, kicking and kicking until I went unconscious. "You fool!"
It's fine. Everything's
You
fine.
fool!
Hold on, aren't you guys? They are. Their person.
The names of some of these are really fun. Just like they're like normal words and stuff, but like them being a spell makes them silly. Like prayer, just a spell called mirth. You know, like I cast mirth, and everyone laughs. Oh, look, it's the ice guys from the ice titans from Hercules, and is that Dracula?
Regardless, all of them are weak to juice.
Hey, no one calls me a squire but my own boss. Did Lord Boring surrender? I'ma effing murder you. Tail says, I love how calmly it's written that he was kicked until unconscious. I ran some errands today, had some tea, got kicked into unconsciousness.
The usual.
Yeah, I do like sort of like matter-of-fact, straightforward narrative. There's a bit of a charm to it, you know?
Oh yeah, well there's a bit of a charm to you.
Yeah. Unexpected!
Oh, it's Nagas. Haven't seen those all game.
They're pretty cool looking. What kind of weapons are... Oh, they just have a lot of arms.
Yeah.
What are those old dudes behind them look like Getsis's sages? You know, the ones you have to like collect at the end of the first game.
That's what they meant by gotta catch them all.
When I said the ice guys looked like the Ice Titans, Tails was like, but they're small ice minis. They're not Ice Titans, they're Ice minis.
Got the cloak of distraction.
It's just a regular cloak, but you like wave it around frantically.
I think with that we can like shoot dudes, even if
Oh?
actually, oops. As I say, with that I think we can shoot dudes even if they're standing right next to them.
Huh.
Because usually, if the enemies are standing right next to you, your range use they can't shoot.
Oh, okay.
And I almost gave that to Lysander, but that'd be a terrible idea because his melee attack is really good too, so he doesn't necessarily need to range attack even when.
Do you have to select if they range or melee, or is it just if you're standing next to them, it automatically melees, and if you're far away, it automatically shoots?
Ooh.
Ooh? Your powers of persuasion.
We have Charm, which lets a chunk of army join ours if we overpower them. And this is the first one that's actually army from our retype, so I was like, I will take you. I won't add you to the army, but I'll let you join the other army coming up. I think it's a super gaudy cloak. No magic, it just distracts people because it's so gaudy. It's bright colors.
It's so ugly.
Also, hello, Artemio.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome to the party zone.
We have fun here.
We do have fun here. We're in the last leg of this this here campaign.
Ooh. Wait, so how many more are we gonna kill Worton now?
Yeah, I believe.
Or sorry, I mean try to spare his life.
Yeah, I believe this is the last mission for the end.
Nice. That's so exciting.
You're so exciting. Look.
I woke in a dungeon a couple days ago, bruised and bloodied and naked. In the cell next to me was Sir Daimare, Daymark. I just realized that's a C at the end. I've been thinking it's like Daymare, like nightmare, but in the day. But it's Daymark. The former regent. But apparently he was in even worse condition. Among other things, Daymark's jaw was broken, so we rarely spoke. After a couple days, you don't need that to speak, just use your psychic powers. After a couple days with no food and water, I was finally brought a bowl of weak broth. The servant girl held the bowl gently to my lips as I drank. But when the guard wasn't looking, she reached inside her shift and pulled out a fist-sized cut-a-park wrapped in cheesecloth. She quickly slipped it into my hands. "From Portia," the servant whispered. "Thank you, and thank her for me." When I finished the broth, the servant wiped some of the dried blood from my face. "Stay strong," she said, and left me alone. Inspired by the servant girl's words, I shouted, "Stay strong, Sir Delamark! Lord Lysander will come soon!"
Yeah. Oh. After a long conversation, the woodcutter decides he would make a great partner. He gives you 10 wood now and says he'll gladly supply with 500 gold or 10 wood every week. I think that's the first wood-related one of those we found thus far.
Potion of mana.
Look, a tavern.
Yay! Is that Thor? In the middle?
Wig? Oh,
No, it changed.
Hey. Awesome.
It was like a guy with like a Viking helmet, so it had a helmet and like little horns that could have looked like wings, and he had like long, luscious blonde hair.
Big hack.
Luscious blonde hair. Zero as normal is ready for murder.
This one?
Yeah, that guy. Doesn't it look like Thor? Kind of.
I guess.
You're like, sure. Also, I see pig. I see a big pig. You could be a big pig too. Boy!
Nice. We definitely need that gold. Let's see. We need more gold and more crystals, and that's it.
I'm trying to think of like a song that has gold in it, but I can't think of any right now.
Silver and gold. Wow. We sure can convince 123 of these peasants to join our side.
They're still fighting you?
Well, the 123 were there. It's
Oh, they're right here.
Yeah. There's just a lot more than 125.
Oh, I see. It really is a civil war. Half of them broke off to join your side.
There are 500 total. Wait, what? So blue was
Did you
just,
not mean to?
I mean, I guess, but like apparently blue was just a sack of 500 peasants in the wilderness.
Hey, look, sometimes you're just a sack of 500 peasants. Also, I'm just imagining all the peasants in like a burlap sack.
I mean, I said
You just like shake them out.
I mean, I said stack, not sack, but
Oh, that's terrifying.
whatever makes you feel
100
better.
peasants are stacked on each other.
Not quite how I meant stack, but okay.
Hey, Tails, look, it's your favorite. The Mike Wazowski balls. Aye.
Oh, this is certainly a doable fight, but I forgot that this is the much weaker character.
Oh, you brought all your mooks.
Yeah, it's still very doable, but
You gotta pay more attention.
yeah.
I like the kind of dappled horses that the nomads ride.
are these nomads still alive?
Are the nomads strong? Are they like champions,
They're
but
definitely not,
wild
like,
and free?
champions. But they're stronger than I thought they were when walking into that fight. Ooh, I don't want to fight those with this army. However, there is a lot of rip mooks. They're fine. Like, a few of them died, but they're overall doing good.
Potato's like, what do you want me to do? Dress and drag and do the hula? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, wow! If you're hungry for a hunk of fat and juicy meat, eat my buddy. Wait, wouldn't someone else be dressing and dragging doing the hula and saying, like, eat my buddy potato?
They're like hundreds of peasants.
Hundreds?
And now 100 of them are mine.
How many are you gonna kill?
I don't know. I skipped past it.
315?
Hey.
That's a lot of peasants.
Look at that. We already got the angel place built.
Ah, yeah! So, did a bunch of angels come over? Because I only saw one in the cutscene. Like, when we got teleported to this realm, did, like, all the angels come over and they're just, like, up in the sky and you have to build this tower to, like, communicate with them? Or, I imagine the other places you just kind of take any person and, like, train them into whatever class. But, like, angels seem like you have to, like, summon them, you know? But if we all came from another universe, are there just angels in this universe also?
I'm pretty sure they came over too. Like you say, you only saw one angel come over, but we also only saw like maybe a dozen humans come over, and it's only 6 years later, so it's not like they depopulated that much.
Oh.
Yeah, these people used to live in the other place. It has not been long enough to like rebuild the population.
Mm. Six years is a good amount of time.
Yeah, it's enough for them to like start rebuilding, but then that's just a bad idea.
Not like repopulating amount of time. You'll have a lot of toddlers running around. At the very least.
I'm gonna skip that.
It was a bunch of angels in a burlap sack, said Stales. Eat my buddy Milton here, cause he is a treat. Come on down to dine, oh, steaks is fine. All you have to do is get in line. Oh, are you aching? Yup, yup, yup. For some bacon, yup, yup, yup. He's the big pig, yup, yup. You could be a big pig too. Boy!
Oh. A young nervous man stands outside his farmhouse. Please help me, he calls. Oh, as you pass by, nodding, he tells you his problem. I have to get my grain to the traders, but there's an angry mob of peasants nearby. There's no one around here to get rid of them. If you disperse them out, I'll give you some of the healing potions my wife makes. We dispersed it pretty well, considering we only had to kill 3/4 of them.
Oh my goodness! The poor people are wanting things like food. Get rid of them.
The mobs can take care of. Tell the young man. You tell the young man. He listens hard and then nods. Seems he came through for me here. Here's this month's batch of healing potions. 8 altogether. Take them and use them in good health. I think the idea is to use them in bad health.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense.
It's still so funny that, like, the lady with the army can't really do much, but the 6 heroes is like, stand back while I take care of everything. Oh, I can afford this will help.
Mhm.
I can afford one of the angels now.
Yes. Man, you create those really fast. So, like, there's no, like, cooldown for training them? You just have to afford it?
There is a cooldown. It
Oh, okay.
like one pops in every few days or something like that. Maybe once a week.
Oh. Hmm. Yeah, that was one thing I remember a lot from like the old StarCraft. I don't remember I think it's called StarCraft games where like the real-time strategy games, you
Mhm.
know, is like you would like click on you have to build buildings. So like you click one, put it down, and a little bar would show up and like you have to wait for it to load, and then your building would like slowly appear, which was really cool to me back then because like these graphics are, you know, pretty old, but like they had stages, and even though all everything was really small, it was really cool to watch things grow. Because like if you're humans, you kind of like you see structures come up and like the sightings, and then the building is finished, which is kind of boring. But if you played as the aliens, they had like different ways to do it because their buildings are like organic, so they had to like grow them, and so like that was really cool. And every unit had like a similar function, but then the aliens had like weird ways to do them. I loved playing the aliens. I think they were supposed to be the bad guys, but I was always playing the aliens.
Yeah, StarCraft is more like Age of Empires than Heroes,
Oh, okay.
because
Ye-
real-time strategy.
Yeah. So like yeah, then you had to like say, okay, I want to make troops now, and then you had to like wait, and there would be like a bar that would fill up. Man, I miss StarCraft.
Time for magic. Put a spell in here. It's called Ice Bolt.
Hmm. That's like your only attack.
That's my best one.
Hmm.
Like, not much.
Why aren't
use.
they coming closer? Just
'Cause
like, oh, let's just
their
stand
turn
here.
isn't coming up.
Oh.
It's like there's 7 of me and 2 of them, so it's like I get to go 7 times for each one time each of them gets to move.
Oh,
Yeah, and
that's so sad.
if I go in here, I feel like it's I only have one available. So like I
Uh-huh.
buy that one and now I don't have any until
Oh,
more come in.
gotcha.
Just based on number of turn passed. Why are there just like tier 7 tier max tier units just strewn about?
Hmm. Sounds
I,
dangerous.
I mean, I guess I have 2 of those as well now, so I can't complain too much, but
Hmm.
I should remove the dangers and let uh, the other hero come this way.
Hmm? Oh, yeah. Tails says all I can think about is growing stuff like a McDonald's or Courthouse or GameStop. What plants do you need to grow a mall?
Excuse me while I plant my McDonald's seed?
Well, you definitely need at least a power plant.
See, I only murder the peasantry when they're opposing me. When they're on my team, I sit them in the back so they can not die.
Oh, that's so kind. You have like almost 300 peasants just sitting in the back,
Actually,
eating all your food.
don't worry, they're paying taxes. How much army can I afford? All of it. Literally.
That you clicked in and clicked out so fast that it looked like that guy was riding a dinosaur. I had this computer game as a kid. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was my dad's, and I just like stole it, but I couldn't figure out how to play it. It was like the cover of the CD had what looked like a guy with a sword on a velociraptor, and it was like silhouetted against like some kind of sunset. I think it was just called Magic. Maybe it's called like Realm of Magic or something, but I just remember it being called Magic. And the like, I don't know, the like the magic system or the cooldown or something, like it was so slow to like regenerate. I don't know if I was doing it wrong, but I couldn't play the game essentially. It was like unplayable. But like the cover looked so cool. It's always stood out to me in my memory as like one of the games that I remember, even though I never played it. But I kind of want to like see if I can find something about it now that I'm older and like know what stuff is. Like maybe someone did a let's play of it and I can like relive my trauma. Are those pirates? Oh no, never mind. The little portrait thing looked like Jack Sparrow.
No, Zero. The pirates aren't until the next campaign. Speaking of which, we're almost done with this one, so it's almost time for the pirates.
I'm so excited! You guys, Lyra was like, hey, Zero, I'm playing the magic game that has pirates next. You wanna like co-host it with me? And I'm like, sure! And then like, I haven't seen a single pirate yet. I feel so lied to. It's been weeks, Lyra. Where are the pirates?
We're in the next mission. You'll see the pirates next week. Why not this week? Because we probably should have already ended stream as is.
Oh. We get to have like the big finale, and then we go to the pirates.
When do we get to the Pirates Factory?
Pirates Factory. We have to grow it first. We're gonna take the little pirate seed. We're gonna plant it in the ocean, and we're gonna wait until next week, and it'll grow into a full-fledged pirate.
Excellent. Should I go?
Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, yo ho. So try the life of a thief, and try the life of a crook. There isn't a boy who wouldn't enjoy a working for Captain Hook.
What's in the teleportal?
What is in the teleportal?
Oh, I'm done.
Eh?
That's just there's a portal next to all my castles, so I can hop between the three.
Oh. Is this like, are you building an army to fight Worton, or are you like what are we doing right now?
Yeah, we're building the army to fight Worton.
Okay. Will it tell you when you're like ready, or do you just decide when you think you're ready?
But we're also like exploring to like find our way to him and whatnot.
Oh, so you haven't found him yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be a campaign where you can like have dragons?
Yeah.
What kind of dragons are those? Just regular fire breathing ones?
No, they're fairy dragons. They can cast spells.
Fairy dragons! Fury! Dragoons.
Y'all need to stop casting spells on me.
It's very rude. Oh my goodness! It like changes color when it dies. Like one of those mugs. You know, those like heat sensitive mugs?
That sure was a way to put it. Alright, monks. I only purchased you so you could defend the town.
Ah! Wait, you have to defend the towns? Like, they can get captured back?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Who still has movement? Oh, probably this guy. He didn't actually have any movement left. I just hadn't... Oh, a library. The library!
I love the library. It's so full of books. I like books.
They're comfy and easy to read.
Potato and Dante Bosco. One is the bird, two are the trees, three is the wind in the leaves.
Are you sure?
So the thing at the bottom, whenever you change the time, where it's like teal, is like the other guys moving?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a way to play this game multiplayer, like other people take other colors?
Yeah.
Huh. Is it all local? Like, did they have servers back then?
They definitely don't have servers back then. Oh, it's been a whole month in game.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, someone defeated the soldiers. I bet whoever it was probably doesn't want me taking this castle with few defending it.
Oof.
I can't believe I came up here and didn't even check the tree of might.
The Deku tree.
Sure. I should probably be building up the other cities now.
Hmm. Is there a benefit to building multiple cities instead of just investing in one?
Well, more loot.
Oh.
More army. Haha! You
Huh?
tried, but not quite.
You couldn't reach?
Yeah.
Imagine like going all that way and then just like camping outside of the place you were going to. It's like, we can't make it. It's too far away.
Just give him a punch of doom.
Just tap them on the shoulder. I love the way that archer guy at the top was like lying on the ground.
Ooh, they have a few more dudes.
Oof.
Not really. Oof.
Still very few.
Yeah, it's like almost nothing still.
Uh-huh.
Bonk.
Stab him through the wall.
Wait, hey game, you know that's not
Is it broken? I've never seen the door do that before. You have vanquished your foe! Hurrah! Captured Lencarios. Oh, a fairy circle.
Oh,
Let's go
there's a
river
fairy
dance. Huh?
Ooh. I said, oh, there is a fairy circle. What do you know? Oh, there's orange up here.
Mushrooms!
Mushroom.
Shrooms!
Let's go poke the fairy circle.
Step out
Not sure what to expect. You step into the fairy ring. Immediately your worries disappear. You laugh and play with the childlike fairies, having such a great time that you never want to leave. Alas, the time comes, you feel a little luckier.
Oh no, what's that song? It's like, get, you feel lucky, feel happy. I'm tired. I'm like, all night to get lucky. All if you feel happy.
I feel like you're mixing
Up all
two different
night.
songs.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, let me look this up. Oh, it's a Daft Punk song.
Yeah, the lucky one is a Daft Punk song, but I feel like you're also mixing in the I feel like the happy parts are from the another song.
Oh. Oh yeah. It's like, 'cause I'm happy, clap along if you feel like happiness is for you. That song.
That one.
Yeah. And then this one's like, she's up all night to have fun. She's up all night to get some. I'm up all night to get lucky. I thought they were the same song. It's called a remix, says Tails. That's right, Lyra. I was just live remixing. This is the show.
It was my improv remix.
Impromptu. That's my talent show. I get up on the stage. I'm like, she's so happy. We're up all night. I had a friend who told me to like freestyle rap one time. She was just like, "Go," and it was so bad. Is there something about like being put on the spot that just turns my brain off?
Relatable.
Which is why I feel like I need to make a list of karaoke songs that I know that I can like have fun singing. Not necessarily that I can sing well, but that I can have fun singing, because I just know if I like ever go out to karaoke and I sit down and people are like, "What song do you want to do?" I'm gonna completely blank on all musical knowledge that I've ever collected over the years.
What song?
You know?
What song do you want to sing? I've never heard a song before in my life, actually.
Exactly. It's like, what's music? What song? What is this song that you speak of? Kale says live remix mashup. We're up all night to get lucky, and you know it.
Oh, I do want you because you're the same cast type as me.
Kale says, "Oh, same." Yeah, because like there are definitely songs that like I've been in the car, you know, like driving along, it comes up, and I'm like, "Oh, I love this song." I like sing it out. But if I don't like write them down in a list when I'm not in the car and it doesn't come up, I'm just like, "What? Music? There are songs?"
Songs exist. Sounds fake.
Artemis says, "I would sing Firework, mostly because I used it for the final battle of my Emerald comic." Ah, that's awesome. You know, the Firework song made me cry literal tears when it came up in Madagascar 3. Such a good movie, guys. The Madagascar series is like one of the best movie series. I'm not even joking. And in Madagascar 3, when the music started playing, I was like, this is amazing. This is art. I am being moved to tears. It was so good. And not just once, not just like the first time it like was like unexpected, like literally 3 times afterwards, every time I watched it, I would have the same experience.
Do you ever just kind of like bully some dudes?
No, but I have looked away and looked up to see my friend walking away from a battlefield full of dead people. Tail says, "Oh, nice." Javier says, "That's incredible." Artemis says, "Madagascar is a very underappreciated series." I agree. Have you seen the Madagascar movies, Lyra?
I have.
All 3 of them?
Is the third one the Afro Circus one?
Yeah.
Then yes.
Oh man. Do you like them? They're like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. They're fun.
Happy says, "I was moved to tears. Lyra in the background. You're dead." Tail says, "I don't think I saw the last one." Tails, we gotta watch it. It is so good.
Look, more potions of immortality that I probably won't use.
You don't keep the stuff afterwards. You should just drink them, right? Are there any downsides to over potioning?
Nope.
Um,
This loot we got.
But yeah, I'm sure you're not at all surprised why I would like the first Madagascar movie. The second one is like well written, very funny. Not one that I revisit a lot, but whenever it's on, I always enjoy it. And the third one is just like takes everything up to 11. Perfect conclusion to the series. Honestly, like I did not expect, nor did I like necessarily need like a emotional climax and to the franchise, but they gave me one, and I was so happy that like tied back to the first movie. It was amazing. Ooh, I see you saving. Are we going into a big battle? What? Are those mechs?
Yeah. Those are...
Huh?
What are they called again? Blessed. Oh, the Titans feel the need to move as well. Dragon golems.
Dragon golems. That's awesome. Javier says, movie night ASAP. Javier, have you seen all of the Madagascar movies? Tail says, I saw that freaking Afro Circus commercial so much, I didn't want to see it when I was younger. Not valid. Javier knows what's up. Javier's got it down, watching the good movies. We gotta make sure Tails is on our level.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but there's actually a little dude riding in these. Oh, right.
Yeah, I see them. It's really funny. Just like spider jockeys. I was just reading Shaman King earlier, and we're at the part where Yo has to fight the necromancer. And when the protagonists find out the next opponent's a necromancer, they're like, necromancer? A corpse jockey? And I'm like, excuse me? That's awesome? Why don't we call necromancers corpse jockeys?
And then she gets like 12 level up because that was a very intense fight for someone per level to be doing.
Adelaide. To Adelaide. To Adelaide.
Adelaide was my favorite hero in 3.
Really?
Yeah. She doesn't really
So the heroes you can pick up, the random ones, are actually from other games?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, some of them are as old as Heroes 2. Like I was scrolling through and I saw Crag Hack, and that was actually a hero that's been here for as long as since Heroes 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I assume it's just like Easter eggs for people who know the characters, but like, would you be able to conceive like actual canon for like why they would be at the tavern that you can like pick them up?
Especially since sometimes they will be plot characters later on. Or possibly even in the past. Like Crag Hack is actually an important character in the Heroes 3.
Uh-huh.
In one of the Heroes 3 campaigns. Whereas he's just some side schmuck in this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then even Heroes 5 mentions him.
Hmm.
Heroes 5 kind of dumps most of the old heroes, and then a lot of them come back in Hero 6.
It's just as a kid, I had this character that after I would like watch an episode of an anime that day, like at night, I would imagine them in the anime, and obviously they can't do anything because they're not in the show. But I would just like imagine what they were thinking about the situations, how they react to like people saying stuff, and I can imagine like playing this game if I recognized the hero to like role play that kind of stuff in my head. Like you're on this in this army with this character, and like maybe those two can like chat and reminisce about those days or whatever, or like maybe they recognize each other. You know, like coming up with little narratives.
Also, I just want you to know that I also had that character that I'd like imagine like interacting with all the shows and whatnot.
Yeah?
That was Kevin from Heroes of Hoenn.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. My guy's name was Diego, and he was a gray wolf. And he wore a red kimono like the one that Kenshin wore. Like with the pants that had the weird cloth fan. I didn't understand how it worked back then, but I just liked that look, so I did that. He carried a sword because I guess I must have like invented him when I was watching Kenshin. And he would hang out with the Z fighters all the time. He like learned how to fly and like shoot beams from them. He would always like top off on what are they called, sensu beans, to like take to other worlds. It was a lot of fun. Did Kevin like was there like a logic to why he would like go to different worlds, or did you just
no,
like imagine him in there?
It was just like a different version of him in every world.
Okay. That's also really cool. So like that kind of concept wouldn't have vibed with me as a kid until I read about what's his name? The is it Tezuka who like did the Astro Boy? The like the grandfather of manga or whatever, the OG dude who like invented the medium or whatever. That's probably like taking it too far, but like Astro Boy is like basically the first popular cultural icon for manga and anime. And that guy in his series, he has like several different series. One of them is called like Phoenix, I think. There's Black Jack, Astro Boy. But he would have like a cast of characters almost. There would always be like the old doctor guy with like the giant warty nose. That would be like a character design that you would see in multiple of his universes, but he would always be a different guy every time, to the point where his name was different every time too. But like, and like he would have different backstories, and the way it was like, the author saw his character designs as like actors almost that he could cast in different characters, and I was like, what? And that like blew my mind when I discovered that. And so I the first time I did that was with my Audino character Jello. Is this plot?
No, it's just like, oh, we need only the protagonist can walk by this door.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so like I first got Jello in Jet's Black Nuzlocke. It won't happen in the comic, but it was in the gameplay in the post game. I caught this Audino and I named him Jello, and I came up with a little like character for him because I didn't know I wasn't gonna use him. And then later, when I realized I wasn't gonna use him, at least not anytime soon, I wanted to join PMD groups on DeviantArt, and so I'm like, maybe I'll use him. as one. So I like inserted him into that universe. But since he was from the JBN universe where there are trainers and stuff, I had to come up with like a new thing for him. So I came up with a new PMD related backstory. And then while that was going on, a little later, like maybe a year or two, I joined a original character tournament, where you like make OCs and fight each other. And so I was like, I'll just use Jello again. But now there's humans in this universe, so I can't use the PMD one, and it's not like modern day Unova. It's like an old timey peasant kind of town. So like it couldn't be that Jello either. So I just made a completely different Jello, and he like his personality kind of changed because of the situation, and yeah, it was really fun.
Into the Jelloverse.
Into the Jelloverse. I did not reuse him when I created my shield battle team though, because he's much more of a like a healer rather than a fighter. So I went with
I'm a hero, but...
I'm a hero, but no, he's just straight up a healer. And my friend has a Audino character named Punches, so I'm like, I'm gonna use her because she seems feisty. Though maybe I really should have used Jello, because honestly, Punches doesn't do much fighting. She has one move that I gave her, which is Ice Beam, and it's just so that I can take out Landorus. And otherwise, the Ice Beam doesn't do anything. Like, does no damage.
I can't.
It's time.
Possibly. It's nothing. Oh, there's someone outside. What's with these people leaving their whole armies outside the castle?
Aww. Here they come. They think they can beat us. Javier says, did someone say Astro Boy? Artemis says, I used to do that, but with Revenge of the Sith.
I hit you again. Dang it.
Javier says, oh yeah, like a TV show where the artists cast different actors for different shows, mangas. Yeah, like the author of Shaman King also reused the character design for Anna, like in several different series. And it wasn't a concept that I had ever considered was a possibility before. I'm like, no, like this character is this character. So like for me, Diego had to have the ability to travel through dimensions, you know, like to multiverses. It had to be the same guy, and there had to be like a power where he could like go to a different universe, and then he had to have like the like some kind of goal or reason to do so. So I gave him like an evil brother or something that was gonna do evil stuff if he didn't like stop him, and then Diego had some kind of like prophecy where he had to be the one to stop him. and he was like going around to like learn, like pick up powers and like abilities from different worlds and learn from different heroes and stuff, which is why he wasn't allowed to like step in and affect the like, you know how like nature documentaries, you can't go in and just like help the animal that's like suffering.
And here we see the anime protagonist in their natural habitat. Oh hey, you have captured Paladin.
Excellente. Lord Lysander himself removed my shackles and helped me from Paladin's small dungeon. I am so sorry, Milton, he said. No, I responded quickly. You could not have known Worton would ignore a truce flag. You could have been killed! But I wasn't, and now Paladra is yours again. It's over. Not quite, Lysander said. Recapturing Paladin should have been cause for celebration, but I soon learned that Sir Worton was nowhere to be found. This battle would never be over as long as he was free. Later, after Adamus treated my wounds, we all met in the throne room. Worton's fancy throne was gone, replaced by a normal chair. If I knew Lysander, Worton's throne was firewood now. I thought Worton, like, took it with him. I winced when I saw Portia, the woman who had kept me alive during my imprisonment, in the arms of Potato. Potato said, That coward Worton slipped over the wall last night before the siege and stole a horse from a farmer. And then Potato clapped his hands on Portia's shoulder and added, We can thank my big sister here for that bit of information. I smiled. Of course, there was another kind of love that would have given Portia cause for concern. The love of a family member. The love of a family member, don't you? She caught my expression and smiled back. Then Lysander said, I'm going after him. We'll rid the village of this beast. Who's with me? And then he started to sing. When Sir Kentane stood as if to follow, Lysander said, No, I'll go alone. I need you to stay here as regent of Paladra. Sir Kingsley. Sir Demerck is in no condition to lead. Then I'll go, Potato said. Once again, Lysander refused and insisted that he go alone. Don't be a fool. You don't know what's out there waiting for you, Potato said. Worton's power has been crushed. He's running scared. I cannot leave him out there or Paladra will never be safe, Lysander said. Then to Kentington and DCC, he said, Nor can I leave him to some overzealous knight who might bring his head back to me in a lance. Worton must face proper justice. As much as my muscles ached, I came to my feet. At least take your squire, my lord. The others can keep Paladra safe while I watch your back. Lysander sighed and said, Fine. We ride now.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! So wait, am I hearing you can only use Lysander?
I believe so.
Whoa.
I believe there is a...
Wait, you still have your whole army.
Yeah, I believe there's a gate somewhere
Oh.
coming up.
So are we gonna destroy Worton today?
Looks like it.
Oh, yeah.
Also, let's give some loot to Lysander since he's gonna be alone in a hot minute.
What if they just like take everyone away and like you don't get to keep any of their stuff? Also, is that an entire hand cart? They're just like holding like a handbag.
Yeah, entire cart of... Let's take a sip of this.
Tail says, I mean, it was a brand new imported throne. Can't blame him for wanting to take it along. Lysander, fine.
Yeah, if I walk up to this. There's more plot if I walk up to this.
Oh. The trail was warm. Worton was close. Oh, okay. Lord Lysander and I had been trotting side by side for miles while I tried to build the courage to ask the question that was on my mind. Finally, I blurted, "Will you marry me? I mean, I'm thinking about retiring, my lord." Lysander brought his steed to a sudden halt. He looked at me, his eyes becoming fine lines. "You're still young, Milton. Why?" I absently rubbed a knee and said, "I'm not so young anymore. Being your squire has been the greatest honor a man could have, but I feel like settling down for a while, maybe having a child or two." "Having you as my squire has been my greatest honor, Milton," Lysander said, extending his hand. I took it. "But," Lysander continued, holding my hand firmly in his, "I cannot allow you to leave my service. I need you too much." My muscles tensed. My heart skipped a beat. I hadn't considered that Lysander would refuse. But then, would it be so bad to commit my life to the service of a great hero? Then Lysander flashed one of his rare smiles. "I am in need of a new Milton. My former one turned out to be loyal to Worton, so I need someone I can trust. Of course, it will require thankless hours of hard work. You'll have to deal with a lot of people, I am sure. One of the drawbacks of the position is that you'll have to talk to a lot of pretty women, including the new head of my kitchen, Portia. Oh, and I'll probably never allow you to leave the city limits of Paladin either. Are you daring enough to accept such a position?" I laughed. I couldn't help it. "You told a joke, my lord." "Contrary to what people may believe, I am not entirely without humor, Milton. So, will you be my synestat?" "Yes," I said. "It would be my honor." This is amazing. This is such a touching story. I love it.
Now, if we try again, if Lord Lysander wishes to choose any, so all that has transpired, and only he may pass after he's captured the city that we already have. No? Let's put him in the first slot. It just feels weird for him to be off to the side.
No, you have to put him dead in the middle.
Oh, I was like, why is it like, oh, because it...
We stopped outside the cave where Worton's trail ended. Lysander rode a few paces forward and unsheathed his sword. "Come out, Sir Worton! There is nowhere else to run! Throw your courage to the sticking place! Come out and I'll give you my word of honor. You'll be treated fairly." Shortly, Worton replied, "Ha! You'll lock me away for good. Only if the courts find you guilty. And they will. Thanks to my own mother and father. Everyone knows I'm not a Griffenheart. No court will find me innocent," Worton shouted from the darkness. He still hadn't stepped into the open. "That is probably true," Lysander admitted. "But you can at least show some courage for once and step forward to accept your punishment. Many innocent people have died because of you. I killed 500 peasants. No, I won't rot in your jail or dangle from the end of a rope. I have another way." "And what may that be?" Lysander asked suspiciously. "Seems kind of sus." That's when the bandits charged from cover, screaming for our deaths. We were outnumbered, standing back to back. Worton's ambush took its price, which was probably how he had planned it. I was incapacitated with several broken ribs, and Lysander's sword was broken. Still, he boldly entered the cave to face Worton. "Wait here," he said. "I shall return soon." I followed, so I heard Worton's cocky voice as he said, "Me and you, Lysander, single battle. To the winner goes Paladra." "I already have Paladra." "Fine then. Let us see who is the better man." Lysander dismounted before I could warn him that he had no weapon, but then he reached absently to the familiar weight strapped across his back, to the true Griffinheart blade. And he drew that which cannot be drawn except by one of Griffinheart blood. Ooh! Eulalia! Give him blood and vinegar!
Also, Tails is like, Lysander, you'll have to talk to a lot of pretty ladies. Milton, who seems me attack. Oh, thanks. See. Also, here are the bandits that ambushed us.
Huh. There's 80 of them.
There's now 0 of them.
What you don't see, though, is Milton lying right off screen with his broken ribs.
Smote.
Aha!
Oh, Milton looks...
And you were just about to retire, too.
See, Lysander thought he was talking to me when he made the pretty ladies comment.
That's why he was into Portia. She's actually trans. That's why they were like, she's got broad shoulders and was really tall. I watched the battle from the entrance of the cave, and when the bandits came out of their hiding places, I wished I could join the fray. To stand by while Lysander battled the army alone was one of the hardest things I had ever done. But with the true Griffinheart blade in his hands, my lord became like one of the bold kings of legend who started the Griffinheart line. No one could stand against him. And neither could the false Griffinheart blade. Truth shattered the lie that day. The true blade destroyed the false, and then drew a line through Worton's helm and armor down to his right shoulder. Worton would never hold a sword again. "Kill me!" Worton screamed. "I would, but I owe your father your life," Lysander said, and pulled the true blade from Worton's shoulder. "No, kill me! They'll ground me for life! I'll never touch a Nintendo again!" "How can someone like you come from two people's..." Oh, that's Lysander. "How could someone like you come from two people as honorable as Sir Kensington and Lady De Seti?" I tried to say it right this time. He asked. "My father was no more than a servant," Worton said with distaste. "I wanted more for myself." Later, as we left the cave, with Worton bandaged and bound to his horse, I rode up to the man I had served for more than 12 years. "Lysander," I called him by his name for the first time in my life. "You are a Griffinheart. How?" Lysander fingered the hilt of the magical blade sheathed at his hip. I could tell by his expression that he didn't know. "I guess people are going to start calling me king now," he said with a little disappointment. "No one deserves it more, my king. My brothers and sisters are still out there somewhere, Milton," Lysander said, staring towards the horizon. "I wonder if they know what a dangerous name they bear." Wait. So that's where it ends? Like, we're not gonna find his brothers and sisters? Oh, man.
That is the tale of how Lysander became the new King Griffinheart. I guess it is also the story of how I met my wife, but as I have said before, I am just a simple man. Milton. Husband, father, friend. History will not remember my name.
That's all right, Milton.
Look at all of our
Milton.
scores. Man, I
Lady
I
Destiny.
apparently I blew that. Apparently I did terrible on the second to last map, despite how quickly we beat it. And apparently I blew that last map out of the water.
Huh.
Because my score on the scenario 4 is 217. My score on the last one is 474.
Wow. What's the highest score you can get?
I have no clue.
Is it 500?
Maybe.
Lady Destiny, lovely Lady Liberty, with her
apparently
book
we
of
just played.
recipes. Harvey H is here. Says, remember whose name?
I think that's Happy.
Oh, okay. Hi, Happy. Whose name? Milton. From the Milton factory. We make Miltons. Is that Yoda? Oh, it's just Earth with wings. Yes, I am Milton. I sell Miltons. Miltons. They are very poisonous. Do not eat. Do you know that like Game Grumps skit? It's like one of my favorites.
I do not.
Oh man, it's so funny.
Well, yeah, that's the whole.
I have been the loyal
That's the whole. Does this campaign have a name like as a whole?
Huh.
I guess not.
The Lysander saga.
I have been the loyal.
Okay.
Does it
there we
really
go.
not? The True Blade?
Yeah, it's called the True Blade. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the first campaign, the True Blade,
Nice.
fully complete.
That was really fun. I love the story.
Yeah.
There were some really really touching moments. You know? And some humor. There was some some action, like the siege, the ambush in the town. I love the scene with Portia and the cell. There was like a lot of good timing and characters in the writing, you know?
Hey. Super fun. As I've said, I feel like this one, even if it's not quite as good on the gameplay side, has the best stories and characters.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, since we've definitely gone slightly over my usual 2 hours,
Just slightly.
as we're almost at 4, but we're finished with the first of the 3 campaigns I was gonna do. Next up,
Who's going to...
hush, man. Forgot you gotta hover over it. There we go. Next week we'll start Zero's favorite of them all, A Pirate's Daughter.
Apparently my favorite. I've never seen any of these campaigns. I'm like completely blind
But also
going
pirates.
into all this. But I love pirates. I'm gonna watch Pirates of the Caribbean before we play it to prep myself.
Zero's gonna hype herself up by watching some Pirates of the Caribbean.
One of the best movies. The first Pirates. I will not say the whole franchise is good, but the first, amazing. Mwah. It's gonna be fun.
Super fun.
Super duper.
Team Aqua time. But yeah. Hope you all had fun with the conclusion to Milton and Lysander's story. And next week.
Next week, we set sail.
We set sail with a pirate. Oop, I meant to not do that. We set sail. Oh, I keep trying to click the chat and I keep clicking everything around it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Next week we start the Pirates campaign, The Pirate's Daughter. Tomorrow
Pirate's life.
I continue some more Pokemon Snap. And next
Aw, snaps.
Thursday we're gonna be playing some more Metroid Samus Returns. So hope to see you all those things. Hope you all had lots of fun. And I'll see you all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Whoop.